Welcome back to Rodiculous. Here's what we're drinking. Here's what we're wearing. So the drinks today, they look like Shirley temples.
They're gorgeous.
But ours are a little bit more spirited because these are dirty Shirleys. The recipe is so simple. You just fill the cup up with ice, splash some grenadine in there, 7-Up, a little bit of vodka, then a little lemon curd cold foam on the top. You can also do whipped cream, whatever you want. That part is totally optional. And then 2 maraschino cherries so that it looks just like the drink. Mm-hmm. It's like the adult Shirley Temple. Mm-hmm. The spirited Shirley Temple. Then Mike's drinking a regular Shirley Temple. So it's everything minus the vodka.
Dirty Shirley was like the drink of the summer about 2 summers ago. And I will say I discovered Dirty Shirley right before COVID hit. So like I was like sitting with the idea of a Dirty Shirley for like the entirety of the pandemic. And then it became the drink of the summer.
You know what's crazy is just vodka and Sprite is good. Mm-hmm. It's clean, it's fresh, it's bubbly, but especially over ice. Like it's just so refreshing. But then you put a little bit of grenadine in there, little cherries. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the foam that we made is just heavy whipping cream and a little scoop of lemon curd, and it is so good. And then you whip them together and delish.
Yummy.
And then what we're wearing, we've got little matching sweat sets. Yes. Olivia looks like a beautiful little espresso shot.
Oh my God. And Ro looks like an amazing blue
boy mom
girl. An amazing blue girl.
It's so funny because Blueberry decided to sit with me today. Blueberry Muffin, my dog. So we've got Blueberry and I'm wearing blue. So
amazing. Everything I thought of that was blue was like very vast and like big. So I didn't want to be like, and Ro looks like the sky
you
or
look
the
like
ocean.
The ocean.
Or a whale.
You look like a whale.
Like you look like a beautiful blue girl.
I'll take it.
A beautiful blue fish.
But yeah, it was so cute. I found these at Amazon and they're just like the comfiest shorts and they're cotton, and I'm really getting into like all cotton pieces. So, oh my gosh, Olivia, yes. And they have pockets, you guys.
And I'm wearing a black t-shirt from Express.
Uh-huh.
And this is basically 90% of my wardrobe.
Love it.
I swear that interview with like Mark Zuckerberg or whatever from like, I swear it was from the early 2000s where he said he only buys one type of clothes so that he never has to think about what he's wearing and he's not starting his day off like having to make a decision. And that really resonated with me. I don't know if that interview actually happened or if that was a myth or legend, but maybe it wasn't even Mark Zuckerberg. Maybe it was Bezos or something. I have no idea, but it really resonated with me.
I think it was Mark.
And so I keep it
Steve
pretty
Jobs
basic.
did something similar too, Mike.
Although I do have a few fun shirts, but this is kind of my go-to. Olivia, this is what we call dog rich.
God.
This is when you have more dogs than you know what to do with.
Oh my God.
You are so dog rich right now.
Anything of what you just said.
When you're drowning in dogs, we call it you're dog rich.
I feel that way. I'm dog rich. I'm rich in terms of dogs.
And it is the best kind of rich ever.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. You have 2 pups.
Oh my God, what's going to happen? Ow.
Mike, you might have to get Honey Bun. She's trying to get that dirty Shirley.
No. It's good. It's good.
She's trying. She goes, a Honey Bun can have a little.
I love that.
Honey Bun can have a little dirty Shirley. I'm like, dirty. I was like, no, you can't. You're a dog. You can't do that.
Oh my God. So how was everybody's weekend?
It was so fun.
Good. What'd you do?
I got some exciting news. So I'll talk about it like next week.
Oh, is it what I know?
Yeah,
Can I got invited
to. Yeah.
Okay, so there's one hint. Something really exciting is happening, you guys. Something that we all inevitably knew, obviously, would happen. But the only clue that I'm going to give you is the first person who popped in my head when Rue told me the news. The first person that popped into my head when Rue told me the news was Amy Poehler's character in Parks and Rec.
I love that show.
It reminded me of how much you remind me of that character.
And for me, the name that comes to mind is Selena Meyer. So we'll just leave it at that.
Who's that?
Exactly.
Oh my God.
If you watch the show Veep.
Oh, I have to watch the show Veep. Oh, okay. Those are 2 pretty good guesses.
I'm going to DC next week, so.
And she's going to wear something cute.
Very cute.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. So hopefully it all works out and I will give you guys all the updates when I get back.
Okay, so Rodiculous news, we're going to keep it so quick this week because we have 3 very big stories that we must cover and we all have so much to say. Mm-hmm. So first, after Rodiculous news, we have James Charles's final apology for the Spirit Airlines mess that he created.
Olivia, that's a pretty bold prediction to say final apology.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I just mean in terms of maybe this week, you know? Who knows?
I wonder like who has done the most apology videos. I feel like James Charles has to be number one.
I agree, but like you assume there has to be somebody else, but like who would it be? Not Laura Lee. She has like 2 very famous ones, but like that's who you think of when you think of apology.
Like big individual apology videos, but who's actually done the most? I don't know.
Yeah. After James Charles, we have the Mackenzie Shirilla case. I've been following this very closely.
This documentary on Netflix.
Okay, yeah, the documentary on Netflix
And
released
the
called The
podcast
Crash.
afterwards.
The podcast?
Yeah,
what podcast you
There's
watch?
kind of this podcast afterwards on Netflix that goes over a lot of like true crime cases, and they bring on people and interview them on the podcast who are a part of the investigation. Like maybe it's a detective or maybe it's a relative, and they bring them on as a guest.
Interesting. Yeah, I've been watching for the past like year or so, 2 years, I've been watching true crime YouTubers talk about it. So it was so interesting for like whenever it moves like platforms, it's always interesting how it's going to be delivered. But yeah, I had never seen it like so much of Mackenzie before. So I had just watched it through the perspective of YouTubers who like really hated her. So it was just interesting.
And
Interesting.
Olivia said there's actually an episode right on Hulu about the same case.
I watched this morning on Hulu. There is an episode on it's a series that they have called Mean Girl Murders, and it's in season 2. And I can't remember what
I saw that.
Oh yeah, okay.
That came up on my For You, but I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I watched it. It showed a little bit more about like how her peers saw her. She was a bit more disliked than the Netflix documentary made her out to be in terms of like just at school before the crash even happened.
Yeah.
I have a lot of the information written down from all of the different places so that we can talk about it all together with all of
Ooh,
it.
we've got the tea. We're going to need these dirty Shirleys.
And it's also just like, oh my God, what a crazy, devastating story. And also
it's so sad.
Crazy choices.
It's so
being made
sad,
by
and
so
the
many people.
behavior is absolutely wild.
No.
And I watched that documentary not knowing anything because I had never heard about it before until I saw it pop up trending on Netflix, and I was like, "Oh, looks like a fun documentary." And I clicked on it. I was like, "Well, fun's not the right word."
Okay, and then after we talk the Mackenzie Shirilla case, then we'll be getting to it. H to the Husky segment on MrBeast.
Yeah, and I will keep it short, but these were the ones that we filmed before, but then the power, when we say the power went out, it like blipped. And I didn't realize it had messed up the cameras because they're plugged in. And so we were just yapping to nobody. So we'll refilm that for this episode. It's supposed to be in the last episode.
It wasn't the right time, Mike. You know, life's all about timing.
Yeah, that's true. I think it was a sign.
And it was like, let's just talk about one of the issues today. Let's do another one today.
Yeah, it was too much. The universe knew.
Yeah, let's give bite-sized news.
And then really quick, of course, I'm the official hype guy for the pod. I'm going to keep it short because we have a big episode today.
Yeah.
But I have the hype hat. I've been told to buy more hats by a lot of you guys, so I will be doing that soon. But for now, it is the hype hat.
This week.
Good.
And if you don't know what the hype hat is, there is a hype button under the video if you watch on mobile or tablet. They don't have it on TV or other platforms, but if you can just hype it, you can hype each episode 3 times once a week.
Woohoo!
The Spotify promo has been awesome because of your guys' support. I believe they're promoting the pod for another week on Spotify.
Yay!
So it's actually been a huge success, and that's 100% because of you guys. So thanks
you
for
guys.
supporting the pod on YouTube, but also on Spotify. Amazing. So as always, you can follow the pod on Spotify. I'll link down below. And if you have Spotify Premium, you don't get ads over there on Spotify. So please go follow it. And a big thanks to Spotify and our Spotify rep who didn't say they're a Spotify rep, but we have declared them such as.
Thank you, such as.
So anyways, appreciate the support across the board. I'm not going to yap too long, though. The hype hat's coming off, but please hit that hype button.
All right, let's take a quick break right here to talk about this week's sponsor, IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor.
IQ Bar makes protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees, giving you delicious low-sugar brain and body fuel to help you win your day.
Their plant protein bars have plenty of plant protein, tons of fiber, and no added sugar. IQ Mix is a zero sugar drink mix that hydrates with electrolytes, improves mood, and boosts clarity. And IQ Joe is a mushroom coffee made for mental clarity with 200 milligrams of natural caffeine and 4 different flavors.
With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are using IQ bars, brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees to fuel their busy lives. And the Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3 of these things.
I love having simple, easy options on hand for busy film days, podcast days, or honestly any day where I need something quick that still feels like a smarter choice. And right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners a 20% off all of IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text Rosanna to 64,000. That's Rosanna, ROSANNA to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Thanks, IQ Bar.
Thank you, IQ Bar. We love you.
Okay, now back to the pod.
Yeah. Okay, so in Rodiculous news, very quickly, I was cast in a play about soccer. Thanks, guys. I was nervous I wouldn't get it, but I did. I got it. So the play is called The Wolves. It's by Sarah Delape, and it's about an all-girls soccer team, indoor soccer team, and it takes place at soccer practice one time every week. Every scene is the once a week soccer practice.
Wait, can we tell them the spoiler of what your character does, or should we not?
No,
or
we can't.
Is
Guess
it okay?
what happens? Guess what happens? I die. Everybody wants to be the girl who dies. Like,
it's a big deal.
That
in this
is
play.
like not the thing to say in the Mackenzie Shirilla case episode of our podcast.
Oops. Okay.
Everybody, you understand clearly that these are not the same things, and we're separating them. And that's
theatrical entertainment versus real life. Different.
Ain't that
different.
the truth?
Yes.
Every actress wants to play the girl who doesn't come back.
Because what were you were telling me? You were telling me when we went to lunch at Casa Vega that it was like every new scene is like at the soccer practice, and they're like warming up. And
we do the same. I think the way that it works is that like the choreographer, the director is going to give us like a set warm up that we're going to be physically doing during the entirety of the whole show. But like at the start of every scene, you start the warm up over because it's a different weekend.
Right.
So like we're just going to be doing like the start of the scene if like I'm crying at the beginning of one scene, but like I have to be doing suicides while I'm crying, like talking to my friend. But then the next weekend I'm like laughing so hard and I'm drunk, but I'm also doing suicides because it's also at the start of the scene. You know what I mean? And it's pretty cool. It's a very good show. They did it when I was a freshman in college, like the first semester. So I was too nervous to audition. I remember watching it with my parents at parents' weekend and just being like, I should have auditioned.
I'm so happy for you.
And I'm the girl who dies.
Yes.
Yes.
That's a big role in this
It is
play.
a big role. I'm excited.
Oh my gosh, you guys, send her all
Thanks.
the love in the comments, please, because she auditioned for this. We talked about it so much and she got it. And I'm just like, I'm beaming.
I will say my friends are the ones who cast me in it, but I'm grateful.
That's fine.
All nonetheless. This is the vibe for this summer. That's J-Lo with her Adidas tracksuit pants, like looking like she's about to play soccer. And guess what's
There's
in her
your
hand?
coffee. There's
Guess
your
what's
coffee.
in her hand? And you know where that's from? Coffee bean. She's
That's
holding hers is chocolate. I get the vanilla, so maybe I'll start doing chocolate this summer.
Yeah, you got to
J-Lo.
get into character.
Yeah.
Method acting.
My character's name is number 14. They
Number
all are
14.
just the numbers.
Do they just call each other by their number?
Yeah, and the only person whose name you find out in the show is me after I die. They say like her
we did
name.
nicknames and last names. And
I don't think we call each other names. It's just like in the script. It's number 14.
got it.
And then we just talk to each other in the show. I don't even think we address each other by name.
No way. You don't even have nicknames?
Maybe we say 7 or I don't know actually. I don't know. I think because it's just you say names when they're giving instruction for the plays.
Right.
And they usually say like, number 7, I need you up there. 14 down there.
Oh my gosh, Olivia, if you need any practicing, training, I've got my soccer ball. I can teach you some drills, but I don't think that you...
You don't think I would like it?
I don't think you like
grew up doing. My sister was the soccer, like she did soccer, volleyball. I did soccer, volleyball. I was pretty good at it, but like I stopped doing it after I didn't have to anymore. My parents stopped making me like after middle school play sports. They were like, okay, I get it. You want to be in place.
Okay, move on.
I was like, thank God. But yeah, very famously, I was in soccer AYSO and I was the defense, and my friend Aiden was playing the goalie. The goalie role is what my friend Aiden was playing the goalie part.
Yeah.
And my parents heard me from the sidelines. A girl was coming up to hit the first defense line, and I just yelled, and Aiden's the goalie. She's all the way back there. And I go, Aiden, get it. And I just ran out of the way.
No,
yeah.
Olivia.
So I plan to redeem myself before I die.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Right on. Woohoo.
Yay. And then next up, I just want to do one more shout out to Olivia Rodrigo and the team over at Olivia Rodrigo Enterprises. We love The Cure. We love the music video for The Cure. We love B.Lizard. Jamie, we love you. You're on her team.
Yes.
All of the mean Twitter.
Yeah, somebody followed Olivia.
Oh my God, I don't think I'm allowed to say that. I don't want to be too outward.
Oh, is that too? Am I embarrassing you? My
no,
bad.
not yet,
oh my
not
God.
yet.
Then I'm going to feel literally like that old millennial. Like that, I'm feeling like that old millennial who's like, oh my gosh, so excited. And you're like, it's too much.
She just has to like one story of mine before I'm like, okay, girl, that's my girl, you know?
Got it.
Right now, she's not my girl yet.
I will say I love that Olivia Rodrigo, her initials are OR, and it takes place in the OR, which is pretty cool.
Yes, absolutely. And every single thing was like,
it's row backwards.
Also
so real. It is row backwards. Just like you.
I feel connected.
Bro, am I crazy, or do you have that dress but like not in pink?
In the middle.
No, I actually do have that dress.
So that's B.Lizard, my queen, who co-directed this video.
She's
and if
adorable.
you remember from last week, we talked about how Swiftie Twitter, who really enjoys to bully Olivia sometimes.
They were like, she
They
copied
pulled
this
one of her
cradle.
Yeah, they pulled one of her old artistic posts that was like probably a tease or an inspo pic, because it turned out that and they were like, copy Livia, copy this Instagram page she follows. Meanwhile, literally Jamie's
She's
her
on the
co-director.
Yeah.
And they made one of the best music videos of the year.
Look at them doing this cute little heart over here.
I know, I love them.
They're
gorgeous
cute.
and so young and so successful. And this is the track list. It came out this morning. She posted it on Instagram. I'm so excited. It sounds like she's breaking it up because the album is called You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. And it sounds like it's like a two-sided concept. Like, I don't really think people do that anymore because it's not like records, but like the front side is the Girl So in Love side, and then the second side is the You Seem Pretty Sad side. So it's categorized by like the happy love songs.
It reminds me
and
of
the
that
sad
play
ones.
that we were talking about in the car, where
The Last 5 Years.
Yes.
Yes.
Where it starts off where the couple throughout the relationship, they're
both on
happy and then they
opposite
crash.
sides.
But then how the play's presented is they're showing him happy in the beginning, and she's at the end
beginning
going
of their
backwards.
relationship. So the beginning of the play starts with him at the beginning of their relationship and her at the end. So she starts the show by singing a song by herself, and she's just been
Heartache,
left by him.
heartbreak, anger.
Yep. And then the
he's
second song is him right after he meets her for the first time 5 years ago.
And then you see them as it moves crossover. And then when they meet in the middle.
Yes, at their wedding, and it's the only song they sing together.
And it's the only time they're on the same page.
It's so beautiful.
And it's
they're
just-
not even. They're not even. She says,
it's
I will
like
never
watching
be
two
alive
beautiful
until you do.
timelines, you
It's
know?
so good.
It's just, wow. Artistic.
Yes, and I have
Beautiful.
one thing to say about The Cure. I could say 1,000,000 things about it because it's so amazing. There was one part of me that was like, you know, it would have been so cool.
What?
Because she ends the track with a strings, and she's like never ended with like so orchestral before. And it's like so beautiful. It's this like beautiful like punk. You heard it. I played it for, it's not punk. It's like a moody rock song pop. Kind of. And so it ends with this like beautiful orchestration of like strings, etc. And I was like, you know, it would have been so cool if right at the end they played on the strings the melody of like the Drop Dead pre-chorus, just to like remind their ear about like when she was so happy when they were falling in love. And then I was like, Olivia, you just want a pop star to be a Broadway show. Like you just want a pop star to release a Broadway play. And that's me. I get that. That's like, a me thing. Like, I don't know if the Academy would like love a repetition of melodies, but this girl sure would. I
This
really
one
think
right
it would be
here.
amazing.
If she was on that board,
Yeah.
you'll see what's up. Also, I'm very excited because we are going to VidCon this year. We're going to be filming a podcast there.
That's so cool.
I was going to say, so this is totally off topic, but on topic. I'm on the Academy on the board who voted for Hall of Fame this year.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah, and a couple of people I voted for ended up
Who?
Michelle Phan and Markiplier.
Oh.
So congratulations to the both of them. I just want you to know I am always in your corner. I am always trying to help anytime I can. And this was a little instance that I got to help. So yay.
That's awesome.
I can't wait. It's so exciting.
I don't know if this is going to work, but this is like my favorite thing I've ever seen on the internet. So if we're able to somehow get it to work copyright wise, this is an isolated Drake vocal off of his new album placed on top of the instrumental of Hickory Dickory Dock. And people have been making fun of Drake saying like, oh, it sounds elementary. It sounds like really stupid. And this just really shows how stupid it is.
I don't know if we can play it.
No, let's just try it. Let's try it.
Okay,
It's
we'll
so
try.
funny.
And if I have to edit it out, I'll link to it and you guys can go listen
Yeah,
to it.
and I'll
Because
do a
I
little
literally got
mimic.
copywritten for humming a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle song for a few seconds when I was baking. You know, I hum
That
when
is
I
so
bake, and I
annoying.
hummed it just for a few seconds, and they flagged it.
Let's see. Because it's Hickory Dickory Dock, you know? Maybe that won't get us flagged.
Manish on the beat, shebang. All of my ops, they dead. Why do they gas me up?
Where does it go? My head. Like, that is so funny.
Don't even get
Manish on the beat.
Shebang.
Shebang. Okay, that's all we have to listen. I just wanted to listen. Manish on the beat. Shebang. Like, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard. And I don't think anybody's ever been eaten alive so, like, disgustingly on Twitter. Like, that is the funniest. Oh my God. So it
I
all
don't even have
stemmed-
words.
Yeah, it stemmed from a tweet that said why, which I remember when it was posted, I liked it right away. It said, why Shebang by Drake got the same flow as Hickory Dickory Dock. And it's just like, and it worked so good. Like, oh my God. Manish on the beat, Shebang.
Music, like good music, makes you feel something. So it makes you feel
I guess
emotion.
I do feel this.
I would never listen to this.
Yeah, I would
song.
never
It's
listen
not
to it
for
in my
me.
life. Manish on the beat, Shebang. And you know, he released 3 albums altogether.
I can't.
Maybe you should work a little bit more on just singular tracks.
Yeah, perhaps putting more effort into one track would be
Manish on
good.
the beat, Shebang.
I can't.
Where does it go? My head. Like, that's so funny. Okay. This is the last part of Rodiculous news. This is what I could find this week. I had a little
concert
bit of time.
I ever went to.
Was the Beatles or
Yeah,
Paul
it was
McCartney?
Paul McCartney. Paul McCartney with my parents and family. We all went together when I was in college because they were really strict, so they didn't let me go to
Oh my God,
concerts
your first
until
concert. Yeah,
I was in college.
That's crazy. I've been going to concerts since I was a baby.
See, I'm so jealous. Like they were very strict with.
Because my parents were in music, so they would take me just for work. And I'm pretty sure I love my parents so much till I die. Like, I'm so grateful that I had the childhood I had. I felt so cool. And like, I love telling stories and everything. I will say, you know
What?
how babies wear headphones when you see them out? They didn't really, that technology wasn't as popular when I was younger. And I think that's why I'm always like, what? Like what?
like
my
hearing
hearing,
problems?
I do feel has been compromised just a little bit, but I think that's allowed if I was
I need
like,
to get you the loop earplugs.
I know you were talking about it, but I know because I can't hear, so I don't want to not be able to hear even
No,
more.
they're so amazing. They have settings.
No,
So they're not just like an ugly ear
Keep it
plug that you
open.
put
I
in
just
your
want it
ear.
open.
It's literally you put it in your ear and they're so cute and they're like metallic. They're gold, they're silver. They even did one with Swarovski crystals.
That's
so it looks
pretty.
like jewelry.
That's pretty.
And it has settings. Like you can turn it. So it's like, and one of them's even made for concerts.
I just feel like you don't make me feel like boxed in.
I feel you. I hear you, you know, but maybe just give it a shot because
Maybe.
these are like technology and stuff's getting so good
Maybe.
that you may love it.
Yeah.
You may hate it, but you may love it. And I think it's worth it. Also,
You know
for anyone
what?
listening, if you are sensitive to sound, the loop earplugs are amazing.
Your mama loves them, doesn't
yeah,
she?
my
You were
mom
telling
loves
me.
them. And I brought them to concerts. I brought them to Sabrina Carpenter last year.
It doesn't
and,
hinder your experience at all.
no.
Okay.
No, 'cause it has settings. It even has settings like if you're on a date at a noisy restaurant, you can put on a setting where it's so the sound just focuses on close, like the person in front of you, and the rest is muffled. And then there's another setting that if you want full volume, it's full volume.
That's interesting.
And then there's another setting like if you're in a crowd concert arena. So they have like all these, it's just really cool. There's a lot of options now.
I guess like low key, I was living my best life at like 3 years old, no headphones at the Black Eyed Peas. Like that is pretty cool.
Also kind of worth it.
No, super
Okay,
worth
so
it.
tell me about Paul because I love him.
Okay, so
first person
Really
I
quick,
saw
I just want
live.
to say Olivia asking if you went to a Beatles concert is hilarious because their last concert was in 1966.
Oh no shot. Really?
Dang, Olivia!
I was like, oh, you were there?
Oh, you were at the Beatles? Wow, that's
really?
so cool.
I was born 20 years
my God.
later. Like,
Oh my god.
This is what Gen Z thinks of us millennials. We were there for Elvis
You were there
and the
for
Beatles.
everything. You
I was
were.
there watching Elvis. I
Yep.
was there watching Beatles. No, I can't.
Poodle skirts. Did you wear them? You liked poodle skirts. Those
I
were really
did for
big.
Grease when we were
I
doing
loved
Grease.
wearing
They were so
poodle skirts
cute.
when I was a kid. Right after I had my Grease phase, absolutely.
The Grease phase is the best phase.
Yeah. Oh, what an exciting time when you understand like the 50s aesthetic for the first time ever. Okay, this is a clip that went viral of Paul McCartney at SNL seeing how similar Will Ferrell and Chad Smith look alike. I had no idea these were two separate people. When I saw this video, I was like, wait, I know who that is and I know who that is. And I just didn't realize that they both weren't Will Ferrell.
Wait, what? They
Yeah.
look the same.
They look exactly the
They
same.
look like twins. They look
What's
like
he in?
clones.
Is he in Step Brothers? This guy?
No, they can't be in
Who's
Step
Chad?
Brothers.
What's Chad Smith in?
The guy in Step Brothers, didn't he have curly hair?
Oh,
and he
maybe
has
you're right. I'm
really
thinking of someone
cute
else.
cheeks. They're
Yeah.
like round. He has round cheeks.
He's a drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No way.
He's a drummer for the Red.
Hot
Okay,
Chili
so I
Peppers.
guess the Will Ferrell, I was like, that's not Will Ferrell in those movies. It must have been Will Ferrell in those movies. Got it.
Okay.
So this guy just really does look exactly like him, though.
Whoa, that
So
is
maybe I have
wild.
seen him before. I just didn't realize because I didn't know it wasn't him.
They look very
They look
similar.
like I've never seen someone look so similar.
Look
Literally.
at Paul. Paul's sitting there
just like-
staring, going like this.
It's like one of those in real life, like AI, is this real or not?
Yeah, he like
Is it real or cake?
He's seeing real life doppelganger.
He's playing
Like,
is it
he's
real
like-
or cake in real life.
Look at him.
That's so weird. Oh my god, can I see him not in this video?
Which one, Will Ferrell or?
No, I know Will Ferrell. He walked, by the way, he walked in when I was in high school. We were doing a hip hop class because I did for PE. I did dance. He was touring the school and he walked in. We were doing Across the Floors. It was humiliating.
What's across the floor?
Across the Floors is like when you all like line up at the back of the room and then you have to go across the floor in an 8 count. Like absolutely atrocious.
Got it.
humiliating.
But I feel
This
like
kid
that's
didn't
right
choose
up
our
his,
school.
his alley. I feel like that's like he
Yeah,
likes
I
that
mean,
kind
he
of
was
stuff.
laughing. He was bopping up
Yeah.
and down. He didn't choose our school, I don't think.
Oh,
I know.
oh.
He didn't like my jazz square or whatever. Okay. Oh, less so. Less so right
with,
now.
with the hat. The hat is really
that one with the black beanie looks a lot like him, I feel like. That looks just like Will Ferrell.
Apparently he likes hats because every
Yeah.
picture here he is in a hat.
Bald, you think?
Oh my gosh! Everybody,
No, 'cause
even
he had
Rolling
the hair in
Stone
the
puts them
video.
side by side.
Yeah, he's got a good head of hair. I don't know why he hides it all the time.
Whoa, Will Ferrell looks so old there.
Maybe he
Oh,
just
no.
loves hats, Mike.
Maybe.
It's
see
okay to
that?
love a hat.
Look how old Will Ferrell looks.
I know.
Will Ferrell is 58.
Why does he look like
He looks like he's in his 70s.
Why?
Well,
Is he on, you think he's on Ozempic or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. He's got to start doing whatever John Travolta's doing.
Put on a beret.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
he's
what
got
it
to
is.
call John and be like,
Offset.
"What is your schedule?
Yeah.
Someone
What
said
do
I
you
didn't.
do?
I didn't
What's
fact
the
check it.
regime?
I think I saw the same thing and I also didn't fact check
So
it.
this
but
is
it's-
completely not fact check, but someone said that John Travolta joked that he is cosplaying as a director now.
I did see that comment
because of his
as
outfit,
well.
Ro. Remember how you spotted it?
Yeah.
So people were saying he made that joke that he's cosplaying as a director. I don't know if
So
that's
maybe
true or
he
not.
watches Rodiculous and then he was trying to stay on top of it.
That's
I
definitely what happens.
love that man.
I do. I
John, you're doing good, baby. You
gotta
wear
come-
as many berets
Yeah.
as you want to.
and hold your hands in that.
Nobody
little
ever
diamond.
looks better.
No.
No one has ever looked better in a beret than you, baby.
All right,
you
on
wear
to-
that beret.
You wear that beret. On to our first big story.
I'm gonna need a drink.
Speaking of James Charles, we have a short that's going crazy right now about James Charles.
Yeah, it was when I was trying to guess him when we were playing Guess Who.
Can we do a live? What is the view count?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I literally have the analytics on speed dial right here. So yeah. So if you guys remember, our first short to really go viral was SpongeBob, and we were very excited about SpongeBob.
Very excited.
But this short on the YouTube channel is going insane.
Yes.
It has 1.4 million views in less than 2 days.
It was just at 1.1.
And let me see if I can.
Oh, this is so
this.
embarrassing because it took me forever to guess him.
You didn't even get it in the clip.
I didn't?
No. Oh my gosh. It ends way before.
But the people love it.
And
so it's okay to be me, right? There's no shame being yourself.
No, Ro, this is what the pod is for, is for you to be you. So here's on my camera is the graph, and it just keeps going up and up and up. This is the views per hour, and every hour I check it, it's like more views than the last hour. So it's at almost 1. Oh no, that's the whole channel. Yeah, it's at like 1.4 million views.
That's amazing.
It's getting like 100,000 views an hour.
So, and it's less like controversial than our SpongeBob. Our SpongeBob one sparked a lot of discussion.
I thought that was going to start a war.
It had like, I think maybe 27,000 likes on the shorts. This short has almost 1,000. I did this when I tried to say it to you guys in the kitchen too. This one has almost 100,000 likes.
See, that's
Isn't
the thing.
Crazy?
It's because people agree with you.
Yeah.
That it's funny, but with the SpongeBob one,
we're so mad.
They were all wrong.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like we actually had the correct take that entire time.
I'm still seeing comments whenever I go to our TikTok. The top comment is always, "He is not an animal."
Yeah, SpongeBob is an animal, guys.
And it's like, you're wrong, and you posted that 2 minutes ago, but you were literally proven wrong a long time ago.
Okay, so I haven't watched his newest apology.
Oh, okay.
I saw that James Charles made another apology.
He did. I coined this final, but I guess
I thought he was going to do something else because I could see him or his PR team. Mike, how many people did he lose on
I have this.
TikTok? Was it like 1 million?
It was 1 million. James Charles lost nearly 1 million followers on TikTok and over 100,000 on Instagram following massive backlash for his aggressive response to the laid-off Spirit Airlines employee.
I want to update you. It is now officially 1 million, according to Social Blade. He has passed
oh my
the
God.
million mark,
James
which
Charles
just
has lost 1 million followers on TikTok and over 100,000 on Instagram following massive backlash for his aggressive response to a laid-off Spirit Airlines employee. The incident caused his total TikTok following to drop by nearly 44.7 million down to 40.1 million.
Yeah.
Probably 40 million now.
Yeah, because it's atrocious behavior. So people just don't want to support that. And I heard that he made this final apology video, and I still don't believe it's genuine. I think that his first 2 videos that he made, the one where he expressed his opinion and then the one where he uploaded the second video and he said that he stands behind everything that he said 10 toes down.
Yeah.
I think those 2 are how he truly feels. And then I think that after the loss of subscribers and followers started, then he did an apology video to stop the bleeding.
Yeah.
And then when the bleeding did not stop and it continued and he lost over 1 million followers, 1 million. That is so many. That took me 6 years to build on YouTube to get to like 1 million, or 7 or 8 years. Like that took me so long to lose that many people. Him and his team are probably just like, how do we stop the bleeding? Because we got to do something. So they make a second apology video and add a charity element. This is how bad people hide behind charity. And I wouldn't give $1 to his charity. No. Because his heart's not in the right place. You don't know where that money's going. And a lot of people just open a charity, a 501c, and then they literally use it as a tax write-off, number one. So it saves them more money. They keep more money at the end of the day. And B, the 501cs can be run so shady if they are not regulated by a group of trusted people. Like if you don't have a board, you know, there's so many charities that I give to, like Habitat for Humanity and stuff, and they all have different ratings and stuff online of like which ones are the most trustworthy organizations and how much of your money actually goes directly to helping. They have a lot of that, but I only go with long-standing charities that I like their statistics of how they operate.
Yeah.
But it's like, with this new young multimillionaire who does not care about people, who is only doing this for PR reasons. Do I want to give him $1? No, because every dollar you give him is a tax write-off.
James Charles, stop asking me for money. Stop asking me for money,
He
James
should just
Charles.
be giving money. Honestly, with how much he makes, he should just be cutting a check to established charities. I would never trust him to run a charity, because with the 501(c)s, I know I mentioned this before, but like they can be so shady because you don't have to disclose where your money comes from. You have to disclose your money, but not where it comes from. And there's a lot of shady people that use it in shady ways.
And speaking of losing 1 million followers, the only time my brain really like recognizes something like this happening was during Bye Sister, when James Charles lost 1 million followers in a day.
Yeah.
And I think that like that's kind of coined like one of the most insane losses of all time. So the fact that like, I mean, it's been a few weeks, obviously, so it's not like he lost that many in a day, but like,
now we're going to watch the apology that he posted the other day. And after that, we're going to watch a video he made a year ago.
The video that I posted 2 weeks ago now about the Spirit Airlines situation was awful. That video was terrible, it was nasty, it was disrespectful, it was completely unnecessary. And seeing clips of it all over my For You page is embarrassing, to say the least. There is no excuse for making that video, so I'm not going to sit down today and try to give you one. I fucked up, point blank, period.
I don't believe, like, I'm yawning because I don't believe you.
I also think it's funny that he's like, I'm not going to make any excuses, point blank, period, whatever. And then the next like 5 minutes, honestly, kind of comes off as him making excuses.
He liked a comment that said, buy me a house and I'll reconsider. This is not the time to be funny, James.
I don't find mean people funny. No. I don't find punching down on people funny, but that's also me as a person. Like, I've never liked comedians that went up on stage and did punch down jokes, because that's lazy. It's just, anyone could punch down. That is so fucking lazy. Like, get creative, be talented, be smart, do something, because punching down is like what you do when you're a little kid in elementary school and then you learn that that's wrong. Like, it's just so elementary. I'm bored.
Bored.
My spam account, which for anybody that might not be familiar is basically my second page where every piece of content is me crashing out and yelling at the camera over any random topic. The videos are supposed to be...
I saw one of these videos, actually. He has this secondary account where he uploads videos where he crashes out on things like, I hate this thing, I hate this thing, I hate this thing. He did one about the textured sidewalks. And he was like, what the is this? This is so stupid. And I'm like, that's for people who can't see.
Literally. It's for people with seeing
disabilities.
Yeah.
And like one of my best friends who I love so much, Molly Burke, she's legally blind.
Love her.
Like, those kind of things are things that help keep her safe, and that the city constructs to make things accessible for people with disabilities. And the fact that he doesn't even know that,
it's just the ignorance,
is ignorant.
Yeah.
The fact that he thinks little bumps on the ground are so aggro, he just can't understand.
Yeah.
It's so entitled.
Yeah.
And it's just disgusting to me. Like, my grandma went blind later in life, like in her late 80s, and she had a walking stick and she learned Braille. And it's just so frustrating to see someone who is so out of touch. He really has had no hardships in his life. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, it's also just like, if you're that ignorant and you don't know what it's for,
Google?
You can be, well, yes, but like you can be angry like with your friends when you're talking, like as you're walking through it. But like when you sit down in your car and then you're like, I'm going to make a video about how much I hate these bumps, you're not even going to be like, well, what are they like? Let me just make sure what they're for before I like say something publicly about them. You don't want to just like check.
I also think like it's so like him being a whiny bitch.
No,
like
it
him
is
being a wuss.
But you're being stupid on accident.
Like, I've seen shows like Naked and Afraid where they are naked, barefoot,
and afraid,
out in the wilderness, surviving for like a month, and then you've got him in socks, tennis shoes, on concrete, on a sidewalk, and there's like a bump like
Yeah,
a
he doesn't like
texture in the ground.
The
and
shopping
he's like,
cart.
what is it? And it's like, what is that like where that is the biggest problem in your day?
I feel like the feeling of taking a shopping cart and going over those like bumps, low key, first of all, kind of fun. It's like what I expect like speed would feel like.
It's like hydraulics. It's a little.
It's like it's exciting and it's really quick.
Yeah, it's just a little jiggle.
And there's no come down. It's just you just go to your car.
And one trend I've noticed is people like this, their sense of humor is degrading other people. Like that's what they find funny. And why is it that his alt account, that's all he does is like degrade and get angry? And that shows you where it's like they like to say, oh, I'm just playing a character, haha. Like he called it his spam account. Oh, it's just spam. It's just like throwaway content. It's like, no, they use it as a mask to like hide how they truly feel, because then they can always say, oh, you know, I just say silly stuff over there. But it's like, I don't know. How about we listen to people who are actually funny and not just mean and bitter? Yeah,
it comes off as just mean.
Relatable and funny, and I talk about things like
relatable and funny.
Like he still thinks that that's funny. Like
he still thinks making fun of disabled people and like the elements that they need to function that's funny.
You know what else he probably still thinks is funny because it was still up? This video that he posted. Let's watch it now. This video that he posted a year ago that literally we pulled it this morning. It's still on his TikTok. So let's see the sentiment that he expressed that he still stands behind.
Stop asking me for money. Oh my, I don't know if any other.
How do you say that with a straight face?
With your hair so flat.
Deal with this, but holy fuck.
Shirtless in bed again.
Just as angry. And remember, we kind of definitely, as Olivia likes to say, had a good reading on this before, where we were all like, he probably talks like this in private when we were watching the first video. And then here he is a year ago or whatever this is, almost a year ago. Yeah, this is how he talks in private. This is what
I just also want to say, Mike, is when he has the opinion, how dare you ask me for money? He dares his audience to ask them to buy them his products.
Yep.
Like,
so real.
He dares to ask his audience, buy my makeup palette, buy my brushes, buy my merch, buy. You can give money to him, but he can't give money to you.
He owes you nothing.
It's a one-way relationship.
Yeah.
I probably get 100 messages a day from people, and every single one is the same. Hi, you. I know that you're never going to see this, but I love you. I enjoy your content so much.
It's like verbatim, kind of.
Yeah, it's the same quote-unquote joke. He does say one thing here that I think is super important.
Your videos really make me smile, even on my worst days. Which, by the way, speaking of, today is my worst day because my mom died. And then I...
That's a funny delivery.
He's literally making fun of someone who's saying their mom died. And it's like, you don't know if that's true or not, but you literally should not make fun of it.
The way he teed it up was really funny. He's like, today's the... Wait, go back. The way he said it was really good.
You're gonna see this, but I love you. I enjoy your content so much. Your videos really make me smile, even on my worst days.
He wished people were sending him these
day.
messages. Do you remember in the video from the airlines, he said that she wrote him like, you'll probably never see this. I'm such a big fan. She didn't write that.
No, she didn't.
That's what he wished people
would
write
any
him.
amount helps.
She goes, any amount helps, sent you a link. So this whole thing is like, oh, you're my favorite content creator.
It's been living with him.
It's in his head.
Yeah.
I don't even think people are sending him that.
No. I'm sure some like form of it, but like he's definitely...
No, I just think he's full of bullshit.
Obsessed though with the delivery of like your
I think he
videos.
should post it. If somebody actually sent him this, post it, because I don't think so. I think he is lying out of his teeth.
That's funny.
I think he is fake as fuck.
Which
I will say I do get those messages sometimes, but I'll bet you're right. I don't think he has any from today. And I think people probably stopped sending them to him at this point.
Don't waste your time.
Today is my worst day because my mom died. And then I got diagnosed with a really, really rare disease. And I was on the way to the hospital for an appointment for that disease. And somebody hit my car. And then my car exploded. And my
on the way for that disease.
So I hopped home.
All right, laughing at yourself made it worse.
And then when I opened my front door, Water came rushing out, and my whole house was flooded, and now I'm homeless. So can you please send me $100,000 because I'm your really big fan?
So someone left this comment, okay, but 100,000? I mean, nobody's asking for $100,000, let's be honest. But he responds, no, literally, like at least be reasonable.
You mean like Amber?
Oh, you mean like the Spirit airline employee who asked for very little money?
She didn't ask for any money. She said anything helps.
Yep.
Yeah, and so someone is being reasonable and you crash out. So I don't know. That just really bothered me that he just has no
He hates poor
self-awareness.
people. He doesn't like people.
Yeah. This is like the worst.
He likes people giving him money. Yeah. That's about it.
And even here, he's talking about, oh, you're my fan, you're my supporter, blah, blah. But, you know, he doesn't follow the people who support him and buys his palettes and all that. So you should only buy his product if he follows you. Remember that, because that's what he thinks of you.
Virus cruise or parking tickets or the cost of guacamole, but nothing about that Spirit Airlines video was in line with that content at all.
Your content was that video, that exact video that we watched. It was like a carbon copy and it's still up. It just didn't evoke the same response.
He has been feeling this way, always feels this way, is still feeling this way.
You can't trick us, James.
He's trying to.
Not the girls over at Rodiculous.
No, can't trick us because we see right through him.
And
Like, that was a mask slip. That was not comedy.
Yeah,
that
it was ridiculous.
How he actually feels. Like he's crashing out on things that actually bother him.
And that's why this apology is so fake to me, because he literally made this same
Oh my
exact
God, he
video
looks awful there.
a year ago. He made the same video and he didn't apologize then because he didn't get backlash then.
Because it has 1.2 million likes.
Yeah.
Don't know what I was going through that day that led to me or allowed me to be so triggered by an individual one-off message.
This is bullshit. He's literally made this video a year ago.
Yeah. So he said this was a one-off message that he went off on, but we just watched that video from a year earlier where he's again complaining about poor people asking him for money.
Like that, and I really don't know what the hell went through my head to think it was appropriate in any way, shape, or form to make a piece of content about somebody reaching out asking for a helping hand at a vulnerable time.
Are we not to a place
intent-
where this guy has enough red flags to where it's like, okay, enough on the James Charles front. We've had, like, he had his time and he's proven us all that he shouldn't be here.
That is the problem with the internet, though, is there's always a new audience growing up and seeing this for the first time. Like, oh my God, he's so funny and he makes cute makeup videos and blah, blah. And like, they aren't going to be recommended the problematic videos. The people who need to see this usually don't see these types of videos or information. And that is intentional, because like these types of creators, the bigger and the biggest ones, they get very special treatment from every single platform. That's just a fact. And so they're able to just continue churning, just like problematic actors from back in the day. Like they just keep getting gigs. And what are you going to do? You're just not going to watch any movies ever? Like they're able to get away with it forever. And it's just the new era of that.
Yeah. And his presence is like just so persistent online. Like he will never stop anyway.
Not to accuse anybody unemployed of being lazy, and it was also not to accuse any hardworking people of not working
He called her
hard enough.
a lazy piece of shit.
He also called...
He didn't accuse her of being lazy. He called her a lazy piece of shit.
And he called her an able-bodied white woman.
And a bitch.
Yeah. True. Also a bitch.
And it matters your intention. It wasn't like, hey, bitch, hey, bitch.
It does
was,
matter
He
the
was
intention.
calling her a bitch.
A bitch.
And he also called her a piece of shit, lazy person.
That video where I called you lazy, it wasn't to imply that you are lazy. It's like, what are you saying? Like this...
He just thinks people are stupid. He thinks people, like anything he says, people are just going to listen to it and just, you guys... cut through the bullshit. This is so much bullshit right now. This is one of those toxic people in your life who they have not changed. What they said the first 2 times is the truth. Actually, first 3 times is the truth. And now that it's catching up with them, and now that they're losing 1 million subscribers, now they are lying to your face to save face and save money.
He clearly had to like regroup with his team. I just feel like, was this written, you think, by multiple people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think James feels like he hates poor people. They annoy him.
I feel like he
Anybody
feels that way
messaging
too.
him is so annoying. Do you even follow me? Am I even like, does your whole world like revolve around me? And then maybe I'll help, but only like maybe, and then like maybe.
Yeah. And then
And
like
you're
never.
still gross because you're poor.
You're
like
poor.
that's more of his attitude. And then I think his team is doing PR for him right now. Literally, there's a girl in the window who's like supervising this whole thing. Like this is PR bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you not tell your
This
team,
is
like,
what I am fucking allergic to. I love creative people, but I can't be around fakes. So the hardest problem I have living in a creative space is when I meet people who are fake, I just stop talking to them. I just stop hanging out because I only appreciate people who are creative, talented, and are real people. When they get so fake and so, because this industry attracts a lot of narcissists.
Yeah.
You'll see that the entertainment industry, big business, making big money, that attracts a lot of narcissists and stuff. So it's like, you're always going to get a chunk of those people and with higher percentages in this field. But it's like, there's so many good people in this field. There's so many people who are not this.
That is how the video came across, and I feel fucking terrible for contributing to those narratives.
no, you don't. You made the video a year ago. It's right here.
I know that when I post this video today, there will probably be comments of people saying, James, you're only making this response because of the backlash. And I want you to know that is true. When I first posted this video, clearly I didn't see a problem with it. It embarrassingly did take
This
people
video or
making
the second
videos
video.
and me getting hate comments and backlash to actually take a step back, put myself in check, and realize what I said here is not okay. And now I need to educate myself as to why. And that's what I've been.
I guess you have to educate yourself that losing all of your income and being completely broke is a bad thing. Apparently that's not something that they teach anymore, I guess. I don't know.
There were just so many missteps. I'm a bit shocked.
I uploaded a video on the same spam account apologizing, and since then, a lot of people have reached back out. The original Spirit Airlines employee did end up coming forward, so I was able to send her a private apology and donate to her GoFundMe, as well as several other Spirit Airlines employees that were also affected by.
And she said
the-
she did not accept your apology.
She said, hell no.
She said, hell no. It was not genuine. And that's the issue that I take here is that he's not being genuine.
Yeah, he could say, and she didn't accept my apology, which I totally understand, and move on. But leaves the part out.
bankruptcy. However, I'm well aware that an apology video and a couple of donations from my couch in LA are not enough. In the initial video, I made a comment of like, welcome to the real world, why don't you just go get another job? And I now realize that that is literally just not possible. I knew that
And I now realize,
That's
Girl.
just not possible.
like, what are you talking about? You just now realize. No, you don't. You have no clue.
No, none.
If you had no idea a week ago, you don't know
Never
now.
did and never will.
This
the
is so
economy and the
embarrassing
job
for
market
him.
weren't great, but I'm ashamed to admit my level of ignorance when it came to how bad it actually was. But now I'm definitely more in the loop because the last 2 weeks have been spent having a lot of conversations and listening to people.
The good news is, guys, is that James Charles is in the loop now.
He's listening to people.
He's one of the common men. He knows that not having any money and not being able to feed your family is not a good thing. So he's up to speed. He's good. He got it. He understands the world now.
He made flashcards about being poor and being rich.
Yeah.
Losing your job is true or false?
Losing job.
Losing your job is true or false?
Flashcards.
Losing your
I'm just like
losing your
true or
job
false?
is A,
Is
bad,
losing your
B,
job
good.
a really bad thing?
Yeah.
Or a really great thing?
Yes.
Or C, just as bad as potentially Twitter shutting or TikTok shutting down.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that video where he's crying?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh my
Where he's
God.
like,
I
love this
didn't,
app.
but I've heard about it.
It's basically him about to lose one of his many jobs, and he's
Yeah.
like on the floor sobbing. It's just because he's sentimental about it, not because he's about to go into like.
He understands it when it's about himself. Like, I think that the personality type here is just extremely self-absorbed.
and unlikable,
Whether it was-
sadly.
Yeah.
A supporter, a non-supporter, a mean message, a
Can he just stop this? If you're a supporter or not a supporter, he's got to let that go.
Yeah.
He's got to let it go, man.
nice message. I have just been reading and taking in as many stories as I possibly can to better understand what it is actually like living in the real world, because clearly I now understand and realize I have been far departed from that for a very fucking long time because of the privileged, secluded little influencer bubble that I have been in. People have shared stories.
And this is what happens when platforms give special treatment to people. These are the monsters they make.
I would not even say that, Mike. I think that it's at your core because, like, I think money doesn't always change people. It does have the power to fuck people up. Like, I've seen that, like the greed and money, it does mess people up. But I will say that, like, if that isn't your core and that's not who you are, that when you do have financial success, that doesn't carry over. Mm-hmm. Like, I think it amplifies who you were at your core. If at your core you were self-obsessed and didn't care about nobody, that when you get money, that gets amplified. And then I do think that if you're someone who cares about giving back, you care about people, and then you become successful, I think that you actually, continue those values on afterwards. So I think it basically, money just amplifies who you are. And unfortunately, when people get a lot of money, I don't think it brings out the best in them, but also I don't even know if the best was even there to begin with.
Mm-hmm. With me about getting laid off, companies filing for bankruptcy. People have told me about wanting to work but not being able to because of disability or medical, or even people applying for hundreds of jobs and never hearing back from recruiters. I've heard people tell me that they have 2, 3, 4 jobs and still can't put food on the table because the cost of living is just that high. And I now realize that most people want to work but quite literally cannot.
I just can't believe he didn't know this stuff.
He literally feels like he's from a character in a bad movie where they're like, let's make influencers look as vapid and lame and stupid as possible. Like, he feels made up.
I don't think that he didn't know this stuff. I think he just didn't care.
Yeah. 100%.
I think he still doesn't care. I think the only reason he's making this second apology video is because people keep unsubscribing. He's lost 1 million followers on TikTok, and this is to stop the bleeding. This is his plea to you to stop the bleeding.
Completely out of their control, and a system that is working against them every single step of the way. And I feel awful for contributing to the idea that if you're not working overtime, you're not working hard enough, because that should not be the reality that we're all okay with. I know that my job as an influencer is easy as hell.
Easy as fuck. Compared to other jobs out there, your job is so easy and so amazing and so blessed, because I've actually worked 1 million other jobs out there. Mm-hmm. They are so tough and awful. Some are just awful, but you got to do it because you got to pay the bills.
Clearly, I have lost touch with the amount of privilege that it is to be able to do this for a living, and I'm really embarrassed by that, and obviously need to kind of
so.
He's not.
He doesn't know how to be embarrassed.
He's not embarrassed.
I mean, like, he has at least the awareness to see that everybody hates him right now, right? I hope that feels a little bit bad, at least. It could be confusing, but hopefully bad.
And do my best to use my platform for the right reasons. Clearly, I have done not the best job of that in the past, but I can always do a better job in the future. And I want to showcase to you guys that I've heard the backlash, I'm learning, and I want to put my money where my mouth is and hopefully be able to make a long-lasting impact. Today, I'm going to be launching the Painted Project.
Put it away.
The apologies aren't working, you guys. He's on the phone with the publicist. His team is like, look, the apologies aren't working, James. People are unfollowing at big rates here. We have 1 million lost on TikTok. That apology did not cut it. You're going to need to make a second apology and launch a charity.
Yeah.
To show that you care about people, because they are not fucking buying it.
Operation Painted Project.
Operation Painted Face. We're going to launch a charity, and it's called Painted, and it's a charity where people can give you more money and you can write things off as tax deductions, but it will show goodwill to the people.
Yeah, well, it's connected to his actual brand is called Painted, his makeup brand.
It's literally a billboard.
Not even new. Yeah.
Like, he didn't name it after the person that he crashed out on. He didn't do a funny spin on the name Spirit. He didn't do anything. He literally named it after the product that he sells. So every time he talks about his charity, he's talking about his product. I hope people finally wake up to that these influencers use charity as a shield. It's like so gross.
This is a brand new organization that I'm working on building with my team with an initial personal contribution of $250,000.
With an initial tax write-off for me.
Yeah, so all that money is a tax write-off for him, and people who are in a high income tax bracket or entrepreneurs, and whether you're running an LLC or an S Corp, if you are donating in that bracket, it just deducts from the amount of taxes that you pay to the government.
Every single cent of that is going to go directly towards helping people in need that have been affected by a crisis. Now, I will be transparent and say that launching something like
That is
this
so
is
vague.
not
A crisis. Like what? Well,
So
how
this-
low caliber are we talking about?
This money is going to go to my friends if they start threatening to shut down TikTok again, because it's, you know, what are we going to do if they can't monetize their TikTok videos crashing out about handicapped people and poor people and people who send you fan mail and people who DM you. So they will be going to those sorts of crises.
Awesome.
Crisis. I had to look it up. It's crisis.
Crisis I. And you looked it up before you said it? Like, what?
fast and
Cool.
it's not easy. It's fine. It's going to be a multi-year thing that I'm really looking forward to putting my all into. But
What a coincidence. Now I'm really into charity. All of a sudden, charity is totally my jam. I'm like way into charity. I'm really looking forward to charity for the next many years of charity. So algorithm, associate the word charity with James Charles. Charity, James Charles. Charity.
we're starting off with 3 initial launch phases. The first
Okay, I
phase
can't
is
listen to
Okay,
this. I
yeah,
can't
don't
listen
take me through the phases of your fake charity. I don't care. You're
hopefully
weird. This is weird. Like, I guess he kind of like, when he brainstorms with his team, like, what can we do? Like, what is a step we could take? It's like, I guess they wanted something like concrete, that like a talking point that his fans could come back to combat like the talking points online. If people are like, well, he did this about the Spirit Airlines worker, and it's like, we want your fans to be able to respond to that with, well, he launched a charity to apologize to that for. But it's like, well, it sounds really stupid.
Yeah, and they think launching a charity is a cure-all, but it really is a huge incentive, a tax incentive if you're an entrepreneur and a business owner. That, number one. And then 2, I would not encourage anyone to ever donate money to a charity that is not established and trusted, because you don't know where those dollars are going.
Yeah, it's like, it's so it goes toward girls with crisis.
Yeah, and there's a lot of corruption in the charity nonprofit world. Like, there have been so many, even creators like gamers and stuff, who they've raised all this money over like 9 years and then never donated it.
So is it like, if I got beet juice on my dress for prom, I could reach out to this charity and be like, I'm in a crisis?
Well, also with a 501c, you don't have to disclose, I believe, where the money comes from. And I don't think you have to disclose where it goes. So it's like kind of this like weird money shield that a lot of the ultra wealthy use to like shift money around without being tracked. So if you're using it for good purposes, like Habitat for Humanity or like Humane Society.
So it's not individuals reaching out.
Yeah, they do keep great records, but there are individuals, ton of celebrities, ton of people have their own private individual charities, and you just really have to guess and trust that they're doing the right thing with your money. Nice. Like, I donated to the Drew Brees Foundation because he was raising money for people who had been affected by the LA fires. That's when I went to Richard Branson's island with Mike. And it was this week-long event where we raised money for all the people who had been affected. And I went out on a limb and I wrote a big check and decided to support, because he's an established person who has always given back in his communities. And I do trust that he's doing those things. But James Charles starting a charity, the most selfish, self-absorbed person in the world, the most vain person, being like, I'm going to care about other people.
He doesn't. And he won't. And he's not gonna.
You are not getting $1 from me, nor do I believe any of the horseshit that you're saying, because I am someone, as a businesswoman, who understands the tax advantages and write-offs and how you can operate 501cs. And they can be shady as shit. Just a reminder, everyone. So, nope.
Before we move on, I really do just love the idea of James Charles launching a charity that like helps with like low level crisis.
I think it's like he's like,
get
I raised all this money to give my third assistant a Tesla.
No, like to get my fans out of like little tippies, like my girl got stuck on her way to practice.
My
and,
Uber
like,
Eats forgot my side of ranch, so James Charles is going to step in.
He's going to
and
step
Uber
in
you.
and save the day.
Yeah. Well, I thought this comment who posted this photo just perfectly sums up this timeline.
That's me. That is so me right now. Like, I'm like...
It's like, how do people not see?
No, seriously.
Oh, God, get this face out of here.
So moving on to our next big story, we're going to be talking about the Netflix documentary, The Crash, that details the Mackenzie Shirilla case.
I'm seated.
Let's start at the beginning, just so we're all on the same page. If you guys haven't seen the documentary, I know all of us have that are in studio. But on July 31st, 2022, at about 5 a.m., 17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla, 20-year-old Dominic Russo, and 19-year-old Davion Flanagan were involved in a horrific car accident in Ohio.
Yeah.
Using the word accident loosely here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, everyone thought it was a car accident at first.
Well, yeah, at first it was. That's why I'm starting at the beginning.
Yeah, I think it's good to say that because everyone thought it was a car accident.
Yeah.
As would I. I would assume that was a car accident.
She made a normal turn and then street cameras picked up her flooring the accelerator. The car then slammed head on into a brick building at roughly 100 miles per hour. Dominic and Davion were pronounced dead on the scene, both not wearing their seatbelts. Mackenzie was in critical condition and was wearing her seatbelts when she was found. The data extracted from the vehicle revealed the accelerator was fully depressed for 5 seconds prior to impact. So she was holding the gas down for 5 whole seconds prior to impact. And there was no steering or braking to avoid the wall that took place and no let up on the acceleration. So it wasn't, we'll get to it later, but something that she argues and her parents argue, but her lawyer evidently did not argue in court, is that she has POTS disease.
POTS.
And it's where it's something with your blood pressure and you black out. And they didn't argue it in court because if she were to have passed out in the car or blacked out, you would expect her foot to ease off the accelerator as opposed to staying pressed down the entirety of the time.
Something I learned when we went on Trash Tuesday on their podcast, Kalila has POTS. And so I started to look into it and research it afterwards because I just wanted to learn more about it and like what she goes through. I get so fascinated by like medical stuff. And that is exactly right. Like if she would have blacked out, like passed out, things would have relaxed. The foot would have relaxed off the pedal, off the steering. And the experts were saying that going that fast and it had like turns.
Yeah.
So to stay on the road and then exactly drive it into that corner of the building would take complete focus and control of the car. And then the black box in the car, which I didn't even know our cars have black boxes.
I don't
know
understand what that meant.
Airplanes have them. So it's like a little like box of data, like a smart house.
Oh, it's
like
the thing
for a smart
that took
car.
the data of the
I took
brake.
the data and it said that she did not let off the pedal at any time. It was fully pressed down. So you have to be fully engaged, fully pressed down. And that is just not the muscle reaction if you are passed out. It's just not. Your foot would have fallen and then crashed.
Yeah.
And so the black box revealed that the accelerator was fully down. It also revealed that when it was accelerating, the car was put in neutral and then shoved back in drive.
Which makes detectives or prosecutors argue that they think that maybe Davion or Dom were trying to save their lives.
Especially if they didn't have their seatbelts on.
Didn't they say the steering wheel? Oh, no, the steering wheel did not move.
I don't know. I don't know if they presented that, but I just knew that
No steering or braking to avoid the wall.
Went around the corner, and then as they're doing this corner and straight for the wall, the car goes into neutral and then back into drive. So I believe that maybe one or both of the boys realized what was going on and tried to stop it. And they both weren't having their seatbelts on. So I almost think that they undid their seatbelt and were trying to stop her.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary. Or they just, yeah, that's really scary. The whole time watching, I will say,
Because it happened so fast.
yeah, the whole time watching, I was trying to obviously be fair and unbiased because I'd watched so much true crime where they were so heavily against Mackenzie. So like going in, I was like, this is a more like neutral, I guess. Because the first hour or so of the documentary, you kind of are like unsure. And then it brings you into the court hearing, which is where Dominic, her boyfriend's family, who at the time going into that first day of the hearing, they were like kind of with Mackenzie. They felt bad for her. They didn't realize.
They were supporting her.
Yeah. And then when like all of these facts were
came
laid out, they were just like, I think she tried to kill our son and our brother. And
Yeah, they didn't have all
Davion.
the information.
It's just like, yeah. So when I was trying to watch, I was like trying to be really fair. So another thing that I have been thinking about is that the prosecutor said that her Prada fuzzy slipper was lodged in between the mat. It was pressed so hard down on the acceleration that it like the floorboards had collapsed around her foot and the slipper, and it was completely lodged in when they found it, which does absolutely like speak to how hard she was hitting.
She would have to do that, especially if the boys were trying to move her leg.
Is it?
She would forcefully have to clinch with her abs, like hold herself in place with the arms and the abs and push that foot down.
It's not possible that because they kept saying she didn't try to move. Is it possible that it had gotten stuck there?
I don't believe so, because in the report, also with the black box and the full analysis that they did on the car, because it was some level of a smart car, they were saying that the car did not malfunction in any way.
Right,
shape,
I
or
know.
form.
So is it possible that she went really hard on the gas, but then like maybe wanted to maybe she was driving really recklessly, went down on the gas, and then her slipper got stuck and she like couldn't pull it? Because it was lodged into the car.
I hear you. I see what you're saying.
I think she's a murderer. Like I definitely think she did it. I'm
what
just trying
makes it so sus is the fact that the car went into neutral. Because in that situation, you guys, car should go into neutral, pull an e-brake. That is what you should do. Because when the car is in neutral, it's not in drive. It can't accelerate anymore.
Yeah,
so if you throw it
so
into
fast.
neutral, that's step one, and then e-brake. That's step two. But also just not veering at all when there's a wall right there.
Yeah.
I think that for me was like, wait a minute. And when I was watching the documentary, I was completely on her side.
So she's a diva for real.
Yeah,
like,
I love this little diva. I'm a girl's girl. Like I love
on
her
her
side.
Yeah,
I like weed. She has
good music taste.
Yeah, I like her music.
She's cute.
I like her smoking. And I was like, how could someone who smokes weed and be that chill like ever do something like that? It just doesn't. That is not mathing. See, that's a millennial thing. I was like, the math is not mathing.
I'll let it
But
slide,
then
girl.
when I'm watching the documentary and I'm seeing the court data come out, I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah. So cameras captured the path of the car, just street cameras. So like you can see the journey that the car took towards its destruction. And it shows in my opinion and the court's opinion, very deliberate, sudden acceleration and then continuation into the death.
Yeah, the other thing that they tested for the court case was if there was drugs in their system. Because they said, like, if there was drugs in their system, like alcohol, weed, and they were coming back from a party and they were under the influence, it could have been a partying situation gone wrong. A total accident. But no, she
just
had
THC.
No alcohol in her body at all. barely any THC and nothing else. No mushrooms, no nothing.
And she like very constantly was taking videos, smoking weed and driving. So it wasn't like she'd never operated the machinery while high before. It's like
that's where I was like, it's plausible if she's like doing those drugs and driving.
But
like I was
still
like,
not
plausible.
even.
But like honestly, I have to be honest. When you smoke weed, you drive a lot slower.
It's true.
You're driving like 2 miles an hour and it feels like you're going 90.
Also,
like,
just walking, it feels like you're going like 1 mile and
Too
it's
fast.
just
Like I've never, I grew up in Oregon. All my friends were stoners. Like not a single one would be like, dude, we got to go like way faster right now. Like,
no, that's more like a cocaine vibe. That's
for
not
real.
a weed vibe. So I was like, But then I started thinking about it so much. And what was really damning too is they had footage from different the house's Ring cameras of her driving up until the point where she accelerated really fast, full speed. And driving up until the point, every corner was totally tight and controlled.
Yep.
Totally tight
And
totally
slow.
controlled and slow, just chill. And it going the speed limit, like, and then right when it hits that corner, boom. And there's turns and stuff, and she is holding the turns together. So she is engaged.
Prosecutors argued that Mackenzie intentionally caused the crash in an act of revenge following an unraveling toxic relationship with Dominic. So they were, according to her, not really going to end. She said that she thought that they were going to get married. So something about this documentary that's important, I should have said this at the top, is that Mackenzie and her family participated in this. And this is the only piece of media I have seen where they have spoken directly and told their stories themselves, as opposed to I had just seen them in like court videos and stuff like that. And like body cam footage and stuff like that. So I think Netflix had to approach it a little bit calmer, just because I think that was the only way that Mackenzie and her family would participate. And I think they still did a really good job at like laying out facts in order for us to like come to the conclusion. I think it took me a second just because like I felt a little disoriented coming from like how much YouTubers hated her to like all of a sudden this, but like
for other reasons.
but like I Netflix got me there. Like I genuinely do believe that she killed these kids.
I will say a good documentary has journalistic integrity, and they do let people tell their side of the story. And so I think the Glee documentary is a good example. Like they told kind of both sides, like the producer side, and then
I never saw it.
I think it's pretty good.
Was it good?
And that is what a good documentary is it's like, well, we will show both sides and you can make your own decision. They did go a little soft on her, I do agree. But, you know, if the parents are going to be in it, of course the parents are going to say, you know, she's innocent, she shouldn't be in jail, blah, blah, blah. So that wasn't a big surprise, but it is good to see both sides because you can kind of get the whole story.
About their toxic relationship. Dom allegedly had confided in his brother, like right before he got into this horrible accident, that he was planning to leave Mackenzie. And there are a bunch of voice recordings of fights that he and Mackenzie would have where she was like genuinely irate at him. And like she said, she was quoted in text saying to him, I'm gonna kill someone. I just want to bang my head on the wall till I'm dead. I fucking hate myself. Now I'm at your fucking house breaking down on your floor. And like about, I think it was 3 weeks before the crash, Dom texted his mom and said, somebody needs to pick me up. Mackenzie is driving very erratically. Mackenzie will argue that she also texted Dom's mom and said, you need to pick up Dom. He just grabbed the steering wheel from me. So like they were both texting, like obviously something horrible is happening in that car. But not only did Dom reach out to his mother and Mackenzie reach out to Dom's mother, but I think it's Dom's mom's boyfriend was on his way to pick up Dom. And he called Dom and he claims that he heard Mackenzie say, I'm gonna fucking crash this car right now.
They definitely were in a toxic relationship. They fought a lot.
He was 3 years older. So when they met, she was a freshman, he was a senior.
His personality is very chill and very laid back, and she is like a Regina George. I saw in an interview of like one of the people from jail was saying she has mean girl energy. Yeah. She was like a Regina George. She was not a nice person.
She was. They were definitely. I don't know how like taboo it would be to say, but they were definitely drug dealers. Like they were the glamorous drug dealers of this wealthy like town. They in their backpacks they found
tons of shrooms,
and they found all these weights for weed and cash, like stacks of cash. Like they led a like an fast, exciting, scary like high school life, like a Euphoria-esque.
Yeah.
And he was, I mean, I will say Dom was so successful in his own right. Like he found his way to success with like crypto and stuff like that. He was living in a house next to his parents.
He had his own house. He was independent. He
had his own line.
Doing his thing. Yeah.
Mackenzie loved fashion. She loved things.
And she wanted to become an influencer. Yeah. And the other girl that they hang out with in their group was an influencer and had way more followers. So she really kind of glammed onto her and leaned into Dom. And what I saw is that like weeks before when they were in the car and they were driving, Dom was texting his mom that she was driving crazy. He didn't feel safe. And she said, get her to pull over. And so then when Mackenzie's texting his mom, he's grabbing the wheel and stuff. I'm pretty sure this guy is trying to safely stop the car. Yeah. Like is just fighting for his life because I think she knows that the relationship is done on his end. I think she could feel it because he told friends that he was going to leave her and break it off for good. It was too toxic. He didn't want to do this anymore.
I also read that he like stopped posting her on Instagram as much and like she had a problem with that.
He was starting to disengage. He was starting to withdraw and she hated it. And it was kind of those like, if I can't have you, no one will. And even like the stepfather who said like he heard her say that like I'm gonna crash this car and whatever. So, and the parents of Mackenzie wanted those text messages, her text messages to his mom, be public, that she was like, he grabbed the wheel, he did this, he said we're gonna crash.
I guess like sure, make him public. Like we know about him now. It doesn't really change how I feel.
It doesn't change how I feel at all because I don't think that that's what was happening. I think he wanted to get out of the car. I think she was acting erratic. I think that they were not a good fit. They were toxic from the start. I think that when his dad came to like pick him up and he got out of that situation, I just think that he had a really hard time breaking it off with her because she would not allow it. Like there was a recording on the documentary where she showed up at his house and he locked her out and he told her to go away. He said, it's done, go away. And she refused. And she was like banging on the windows and like,
let me in right now.
Let me in. This is where I sleep every night. He's like, this is my house. Your name's not on the deed. Like you need to go home. And I just wish that they would have reached out to authorities sooner and like got it on record because I do think she would not let it go. And then his friend, Dom's friend, came to stay with him for a week. And I think...
Wait, Davion?
Davion came to stay with him for a week.
I know he was recording because Davion made music and Dom had a recording studio in his house.
Right. And he came to stay with him for a week in the documentary. He said that his friend came to stay with him for a week. And I really believe during that week, he needed that extra support to break up with her.
Oh,
I think that he brought his friend in to live at the house because he was living with them to like give him that extra support to break up with her. They went to a party. They were supposed to be driving back to her house. And I think whatever happened at that party, whatever conversation happened, she was like, this is it. Well, like, I'm getting kicked to the curb. And I think that instead of driving them home like she was supposed to do, she drove them to their deaths.
Well, I think the fact that they left at 5 a.m. is very telling. They were sleeping over and then they left at 5 a.m. instead of staying until like 9.
Yeah, to drive back to Dom's house. And then she all of a sudden is driving super controlled, perfectly until the last leg I think she had thought about it.
I was going to wait to say it, but cell phone data shows that Mackenzie's phone was at the location of the crash site 3 days before the accident took place. And it's not in her normal route, which prosecutors are labeling as premeditation and planning of the incident.
Absolutely.
You think?
Yes. And Dom texted his parents at 3 or something in the morning
And said, I love you. I did
and
see
said,
that.
I love you. And he said it to close friends and family. And I think it's because he was terrified of her. And I think it's because he was going to break up with her. And I think he finally did that maybe with his best friend. And now they're living together for a little bit and he's having that support. And then look how what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense to me. It's just common sense because of understanding human behavior and emotions running high. That's what I mean, that just seems common.
How would that be premeditation for her 3 days?
Because she's scouting out a road that's straight enough.
But how did she know that he was going to break up with her that night? She just felt it?
I think she's been feeling it for a while.
I feel like, I don't know if she was like, I'm going to drive a car into this. I mean, like, I will never understand the pathology of a murderer in the first place. So, like, yeah, I'm sure, like, there is a world where she absolutely did do that and premeditated. But in my brain, I just feel like it makes more sense that, like, she is so irresponsible. We know that, obviously. She is so irrational. She's so angry. She's not very nice, obviously.
Yeah.
I think in that moment, I think you're right that maybe that night he was trying to break up with her. He was alluding to it. She was like, let's fucking go home.
I think Dom was terrified.
Maybe he said something in the car at that exact moment that just like totally fucking triggered her in a way where she was like, fuck you. And I think that like in that moment she did it and was just like, I'm going to end all of us. And like not even really thinking about the repercussions. Cause I feel like 3 days prior, you're thinking more about the repercussions, which means that she would have had to be pre-suicidal.
I think she could have been because it was a couple weeks prior. That's the thing with, I think it's either psychopaths or sociopaths that they make impulsive decisions that are actually self-destructive. That's something in their nature.
That's why I feel like the impulsiveness of it.
Like just narcissism, that isn't the case, but I've been learning with psychopathy with like sociopaths and psychopaths that they will actually make impulsive decisions where they aren't looking out for themselves in the future. It's in the moment.
The scorpion.
Yeah, scorpion and the frog.
Do you want to tell them about the scorpion and the frog? I tell everybody
I told
about
Olivia this story because it's just...
It's so apt for like so many different
with some people. Yeah, I can't remember the percentage of people who are like psychos, but there's... It's more than I thought.
So you're
I didn't
either a
know.
frog or a scorpion.
Yeah, you're either a frog or a scorpion. And the story goes with the frog and the scorpion the scorpion wants to get across the little river. Or pond. We'll say pond.
Yeah.
The scorpion wants to get across the pond.
Guess what scorpions can't do? Scorpions can't swim.
They can't swim. So he asked the frog to give him a ride. And the frog says, I don't know if I want to give you a ride because you're a scorpion. And how do I know that you're not going to sting me with your poison and die?
But I want to help.
Yeah. And then the scorpion says,
why would I do that?
Well, why would I sting you? Because then we would both die. Like if you're helping me across, why would I sting you? Then we would both die. That doesn't make sense. And the frog goes, yeah. Oh, okay. Sure. Okay, hop on my back. So the scorpion jumps on the frog's back. They're swimming across the pond. And right in the middle of the pond, the frog feels a sting.
Death.
And he was like, why would you do that? Why would you sting me? And Scorpion says, sorry, it's just in my nature.
And Mackenzie's a scorpion.
And they both drowned. So you have to understand what with some people with psychopathy, like it's in their nature. They don't even want that to happen to themselves,
they
but
destroy everybody else
they can't see past it in the moment. They sometimes are extremely impulsive. That is one of the signs of...
That is so scary.
Yeah. So
I do agree. I think she's a murderer.
Whether she premeditated it or not.
That I'm not sure.
Whether it's even the evening crime of passion where she knew it was over. Like it was over. Because now the friend has moved in. He's got backup. He is going to break up. And
I see it.
It's happening. He's texted his parents, I love you. I'm going to do this. Like
And poor Davion's
hits
family
that
too.
point.
Dom's family, obviously, but
Yeah.
like Davion gets lost in the story so much because like he was the
He's such
friend
an amazing
of the
older
boyfriend.
brother. I feel so bad for his family and his sisters. Like they don't deserve that. So they were in foster care and they got adopted by this wonderful family. And it was him and his 2 sisters. And they all looked up to him. He was so sweet. He wanted to be a barber and run a barber shop. And
now they have the Davion Flanagan what is it? Scholarship,
which I want to support. And
Yeah,
it
me
helps
too.
other people,
Yeah.
achieve their dreams in that field. And I just think that's wonderful. And I feel so bad. And they interviewed her while she's still serving time. This is that picture right here in the middle.
I've got so much to say. I have more about the case, but I have a lot to say about that bun. That bun she showed up with, atrocious. Absolutely like
Oh, can we also talk when she was in the hospital? So right after the crash, they're in the hospital. These families are there. Everyone's concerned about each other. At this point, everyone feels bad for everyone. Like it was this horrific car accident is what they understand. The 2 boys don't make it. She makes it, but she's in critical condition. She's in surgery. She makes it. She's like in casts in her legs. As soon as she is able, she is Instagramming and Snapchatting and everything from the beginning. And her mom is taking business calls for her to get deals.
No, there's something even worse. About like 3 days after the crash, there was a modeling agency that commented on Mackenzie's Instagram and said, "We love your photos. We would love to collaborate." And Mackenzie's mother responded and said, "Thank you so much for reaching out. We've been emailing you."
Which is crazy because at this point she's in the ICU.
Like it's
And-
not the time to respond to opportunities.
No, and her friend has just passed.
You killed
and
your boyfriend
her
and your
boyfriend
friend.
has
Yeah.
just passed. And it's not like even they've both passed away. They passed away at your hands because of your actions. You were driving the car. You are responsible. And the mom is with her responding back to like, brand opportunities and stuff. It's like, what?
It's so embarrassing. It's just like optically, don't you want to just like not do something like that at least?
No, like even I have a management team and they would write back, "Thanks for reaching out. It's not a good time right now. We're going to wait till everyone's done healing. Let's touch base at another time."
Right, but you're not a
it's
non-famous murderer. Like you have a team because it's just like it's extra crazy.
Yeah, it is extra crazy. Like that's not how, like if I was ever driving a car and I accidentally had a huge car accident, like where it was my fault, something happened, I don't know, like I wasn't paying attention or it was drugs or whatever. Like if I was responsible for crashing a car and 2 people passed away because of it, I would be on suicide watch. Like they would have to, they would have to restrain me because the amount of guilt I would feel for surviving when they didn't would just be so immense. Like I would be heartbroken for so many years. I don't even know if I'd ever get over that.
So her defense argued that the crash was an accident as a result of a medical episode that she suffered, specifically a blood pressure disorder called POTS, which we talked about. It's postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, and that causes fainting. Mackenzie waived her right to a jury and had a bench trial in August 2023, so 1 year post-crash. The judge convicted her on 12 felony counts, including murder, felonious assault, and aggravated vehicular homicide. She was sentenced to 2 concurrent life sentences with the possibility of parole after 15 years. Cell phone data shows that Mackenzie's phone, we touched this, but just to make sure we get it out. Cell phone data shows that Mackenzie's phone was at the crash site 3 days before the accident. It pinged right there, and it's not on her normal route, which prosecutors labeled as premeditation and planning. Mackenzie had previously sent texts to Dom like, "I'm gonna kill someone. I just want to bang my head on the wall till I'm dead. I fucking hate myself. Now I'm at your fucking house." A phone call between Mackenzie and her mother from jail came out, and it's making the rounds again right now, where her mom and her are seemingly thrilled at the press that Mackenzie and her case are getting. And Mackenzie even wonders if Kim Kardashian might publicly stand with her. Yeah. So let's watch that. That's in the next slide.
I don't know if this is the video, but there's multiple phone calls with her mom.
So
but there
many.
is a phone call with her mom where they speak this gibberish language to each other, and someone has decoded it online. And one of the things she said to her mom is, it was basically something along the lines of, can we say it was a seizure?
Mm-hmm.
No, because again,
No,
you
your
wouldn't have
foot.
control of your steering wheel.
Oh yeah, it would
You'd have
show
to
that
keep
the
it,
steering wheel had.
and when you're driving at that speed, you guys, if you've never been a race car driver like me over here, if you've never driven at that speed, you have to have a lot of physical control of the wheel. It takes a lot of muscle engagement, not just in your arms and your chest, but also in your abs. Like you have to actually, when you're going that fast to control a car, it takes engagement. And so having a seizure, you wouldn't have that engagement. The car would have just veered.
Oh my God.
Also, like the pedal, again, would not be fully pressed, which in the black box reveals it was fully pedal to the metal from point of impact. 5 seconds before, it was pedal to the metal. Your toe does not stay all the way down fully engaged.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how a seizure goes.
I saw someone describe this case as the devil wears Prada because her slipper was Prada. Before we get into this phone call, I just want to point out, because we missed it when we were touching on things earlier.
Yeah.
Her friends trying to make the argument that there is no way that she would do something like this. She wouldn't put herself in harm's way because she wouldn't eat a McChicken. She's so healthy, she would never like put herself in harm's way. Meanwhile, she's literally on a smoke break that night, apparently, because she was hacking up like tar. It's like she's that healthy, she wouldn't put herself in harm's way. She
smokes
does it
weed
other
every
ways,
day.
you
That's
stupid bitch.
That's not super healthy.
Sorry, I don't mean to call you a bitch. I know that this must be hard. You've lost
She does a
3
ton
friends.
of shrooms. She smokes weed every day. That's not super healthy.
Yeah, it's like she is in specific facets of her life when it comes to vanity. Yeah, she's pretty destructive otherwise, though. Okay, sorry.
Very
I didn't mean
vain.
to get us off.
Wait, it's all over the world now that Today Show is like national news?
Okay, I got to tell you one more thing.
What?
It was published in England.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
It's world news?
I think the Daily Mail just published
Even
it
people in
all-
England know I'm a murderer. Yes!
She is loving it. She's loving the fame. She wants the publicity. She wants all of it. She's eating it up.
To be devil's advocate, you could, if I were her mother, I would probably argue like she wants eyes on this case so that she can be released. But like at a certain point, if you really are remorseful for the lives that you've taken, accept the time that you've been given.
Oh,
You know
they're
what I
not.
mean?
Did you hear what the mom said in court?
She's trying to get, you'll see in the next slide, I have her newest Instagram post that came out after the Netflix doc dropped. And she's saying like, scream on top of your lungs, free Mackenzie Shirilla.
I saw in court, the mom, like everyone got a chance to speak.
And she's just like, this has been so hard for her. And the judge is like, I'm hearing an awful lot about your daughter.
I think what's really odd is that mom and dad of Mackenzie have been complete enablers. That's what it looks like from the outside perspective in whenever they interview her. They're always making excuses for all of her bad behavior. They are always running in to like cover up for her very quickly versus having their daughter have to deal with the consequences of her actions. So it's really odd. And I don't know if they're afraid of her.
Oh, it feels that way a little bit. Like she's their golden child that like they
Kind of, yeah, in their heads. And then also
she's dangerous.
what her, I think, cellmate said, her prison mate said, is that she was a true Regina George
I did
type.
see that. I also saw that girl said that she like kept to herself for the first year and then like after that started buddying up to like the lifers, which means that she's trying to like up her ranks in there. It's just like, what the fuck?
It seems like her.
Oh, and her mom in court when she was pleading to the judge about the sentencing, she's supposed to go up there. It's pretty much she's supposed to apologize for her daughter and her daughter's actions and show remorse. But like she wouldn't even mention Dom and Davion. And so the judge had to like prompt her and be like, I'm hearing a lot about your daughter, not about these people. And then she's like, Dom. And then she like doesn't really even talk about Dom and then says like, he was the love of my daughter's life. And then she goes, well, what about Davion? She goes, well, Davion was a new friend. And so the judge responds with, and that makes his life less important. And she's like, she's just so like interested in her and her daughter. And she's like, God, no. And it's like, bitch, listen to what you sounded like though. Because it sounded like that's the exact like imaging you were trying to evoke.
I understand loving your children, but when you're in the mindset that they can do no wrong, that doesn't help them.
Yeah.
That doesn't help them become members of society, like functioning members of society. Learning to hold yourself accountable to your own actions, because everyone makes mistakes, is a part of growing up. And if she's never had to do that, they're creating a monster.
Yeah. She's born and bred already. She's a monster.
Other publications, but yeah, the UK.
It's on the Daily Mail.
In UK.
Maybe Kim Kardashian will reach out herself.
That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping. We're getting there. I was going to do this anyway, so this is great.
That's just so weird.
Bro.
Like, that's what we were working towards. That's what we hope for.
How awesome. Even people across the pond know that you killed 2 kids.
And Kim Kardashian declined.
I did see that. She said, I'm good. I'm going to decline on this one.
Did Kim ever pass the bar? Like, I don't think she can.
No, she didn't. She actually announced that she's done.
Yeah, she can't even represent you even if she wanted to.
Yeah, but it just shows how like delusional Mackenzie and her family are, because Kim does typically, she'll like represent it's confirmed usually that the person that she's representing is like wrongfully convicted. It's never this complicated for Kim Kardashian.
I don't think Mackenzie is wrongfully convicted. I actually don't think she got enough time.
Yeah. I think that at the very least she did kill 2 people, premeditation, not premeditation, intent, no intent. I do think there was intent. But like, regardless, you need to serve at least a little bit of time for killing 2 people, even unintentionally. But even though I do think it was intentional. So this is the selfie and post that was posted to her Instagram right after the Netflix documentary came out. She took this selfie in jail. One of the interviews of her, not cellmates, blockmates, she said that she knows the exact room that she took this selfie in. So it was in jail. And she posted from Mackenzie. So you can just assume that her mother posted
Her mother
this,
posted it because she's got her account.
And then it says, quote, "Thank you to those who see through the lies and to those who take time out of their day to form their own opinion as to the truth of what actually happened. I'm not perfect, ... I will never be, but I'm not guilty of murder." She spelled murder wrong. Like any young couple, Dom and I had our disagreements and arguments. However, I always loved Dom and would never do anything to hurt him, Davion, or anyone else I care about. I will respectfully and peacefully continue to fight for my innocence through the proper legal channels. To all of those who speak out on my behalf to raise awareness of this wrongful conviction, words cannot describe my sincere appreciation for your support and for being my voice. Continue to scream "Free Mackenzie Shirilla" at the top of your lungs. Oh, and then that end quote. And then her mother says, "If it can happen to her, it can happen to us. Follow Free Mackenzie Shirilla on Facebook and TikTok for the truth. Commenting this has been temporarily turned off. There is 5 seconds of car data, and that is the only evidence they had. It tells you what the car was doing, and it doesn't tell you why or how. Lack of evidence is not evidence of intent, and there is too much reasonable doubt. Injustice for one is injustice for all. Mackenzie's support team. Hashtag Free Mackenzie Shirilla. Hashtag trending post. Hashtag help. Hashtag wrongful conviction. Hashtag Mackenzie Shirilla." The edit where it's like 5 seconds, it doesn't show intent because everybody obviously was like, "You're a murderer."
Even if it was an accident, you were driving and you killed those 2 boys.
The text messages obtained by TMZ were part of the police investigation of Mackenzie's failed car crash that killed Dominic and their friend Davion. Mackenzie appears super emotional in her text, telling Dominic, "I'm going to kill someone. And also, I just want to bang my head on the wall till I'm dead. And this is why I just want to fucking kill myself." And so when you say there's no evidence of her being in that mindset, I'm like, kind of, I don't know if it's intentional, but saying she wants to kill herself into a wall, like that is kind of what happened. And then, yeah, so there is evidence, and it's very disingenuous to say that there's not.
Yeah, it feels like she saw the handful of people watching the doc that said like Mackenzie's so pretty, Mackenzie's
She's too
so
pretty to be in
innocent.
jail.
That's like the only reason I could see that would cause somebody to post a selfie like that after their documentary about them murdering their friends.
Yeah, she's trying to use the pretty privilege to get out of murder.
That selfie, she's not even smiling. Like, she's literally just trying to serve face. Be like, I'm innocent. Like, that is so, just like optically, like at least, her mom should at least tell her to smile.
She looks evil.
Yeah, she genuinely does.
And I did hear a thing. I wasn't able to confirm it or not before this, but that her wearing her seatbelt was not her style. You know, she's like edgy, like dangerous, live wild side. So even the fact that she was like wearing her seatbelt, to me, based on what I've seen, but again, I'm not sure if it's 100% verified, was super out of character for her. And then why would she randomly be wearing it? Especially like late at night when it's like you would expect more of a chill drive. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of footage of her driving that she would take so many Snapchats of herself in the car smoking, driving. I'm sure that she's probably not wearing her seatbelt in all of those clips. They were all over the documentary. The saddest part, I think it was at the end of the Hulu episode. It was Davion's sister, and she just starts crying, and she says like, because the prosecutor in his final arguments, he says that Davion was considered cargo by Mackenzie Shirilla because she was attempting to kill her boyfriend. Not Davion was just like there for the ride. And she just starts crying, and she's like, if I want anyone to like know anything, it's that Davion like wasn't just cargo. Like, he was my brother and he was my whole world, and like that memory of him is like all I have left, and like I'm not gonna let anybody forget that. And like, ugh, it's just so sad.
It's
Another gone forever. Ugh, sorry guys, that was really sad, but rest in peace to Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan. And
those poor boys.
Obviously, I doubt their families or anybody who's watching this connected to it, but if you are, we are so sorry.
So sorry. It's just heartbreaking.
All right, next story we have. Do we want to get to it, Mike?
All right, so I will continue kind of where I left off. If you guys missed the last episode, go watch it. I talk about a bunch of the stuff I'm going to just fly through right here. But this is Husky, who was the former assistant of Chris Ava Tyson. Chris Ava Tyson was MrBeast's best friend for many, many years. She did tweet, she was retweeting Dexerto, which, by the way, the CEO of Dexerto is like a huge MrBeast friend and fan. So be careful when they're reporting, because they are extremely biased. So Dexerto tweeted, "The burnt peanut responded to MrBeast's question and says he wouldn't take 1 million to do a face reveal. This is my face." And then Husky retweeted saying, "Probably a good call. You do not want MrBeast to give you his money. Shit completely ruined my life for several years, and I was tricked into signing a contract that potentially cost me millions of dollars in damages. Hope he gets his day in court someday." So Husky is someone who said that Chris Ava Tyson sexually assaulted them. They, I believe, at least were able to talk about it and get to where they can communicate again. Then I think maybe had some sort of falling out again, which is kind of what we're going to talk about here in just a second. But again, there's more details in the last episode. You can watch that. I had mentioned, MrBeast loves bragging about his views, not disclosing that he's buying them, loves bragging about his subscribers, not disclosing that he's buying them. And then that takes us to Husky, who after that tweet, that I just showed you, also decided to randomly tweet out some private DMs between her and Chris Ava Tyson.
Ooh, private.
And if you're into this world, this is actually pretty juicy, because nobody has heard a single thing from Chris Ava Tyson in over 2 years. Not a single tweet, not a single DM, not a single YouTube video.
Pay that hush money, Mike.
Oh, I'm sure there's some crazy
Pay that
agreement.
hush money.
Who?
Chris Ava Tyson to go away, stay away, and shush.
So we don't actually know the agreements of that, but they parted on mutual terms, blah, blah, the same bullshit they always say. So there are 4 DM, like little screenshots here that Husky released. The first one, I'm just going to read and then brush over. I'm not here to like throw a low jab, but so Ava, I'll just be calling her Ava because that's the name that she's using on like everything. So Ava is Chris Ava Tyson. Ava says, "Also, after checking with my lawyer, I don't think I can even ever mention Beast, even in," and then it cuts off, which is kind of crazy, because that is saying that Ava doesn't think they can ever mention MrBeast for their entire life because of whatever agreement they signed.
Contract they signed.
And I do want to mention that these DMs are in 2025. So this one is July 2025. Yeah, so like literally not that long ago. This is very fresh information. Nobody has seen this type of stuff. Nobody's really talking about it, even though it's pretty crazy. And then Musky asks, do you think Jimmy will sue me if I keep saying he has a small dick on Twitter? And then Ava responds, can't sue someone for telling the truth, LOL. And then Musky responds with the skull emoji. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm not here to talk about his wiener. You guys can do whatever, but I'm just reading all the messages that were leaked.
All I'm saying is it sounds small based on what I've heard.
Okay, so then over here is another set of DMs. And on the right side, Ava says to Musky, ask Jimmy who Kelly blank is, and he will turn as white as a ghost. That's all I have to says. So I want to preface all this by saying, these are private DMs between two people who know each other very well. They've definitely had ups and downs, a very light way of putting it. However, yeah, these are very new messages, and they are also private between two people. In my opinion, there's no reason for them to lie or craft made up stuff or whatever. I personally would be much more inclined to believe what's being said as opposed to, oh, they're just trying to start drama, blah, blah. This doesn't seem planned or premeditated to me. This actually seems like a genuine conversation leaking. Olivia at the back of the class.
Thank you. So do you guys know who Kelly is?
No.
You guys, not even you guys know who Kelly is.
This is all new information. This is new. Like, and nobody's talking about it, which is kind of crazy. So this is MrBeast's
really
ex-best friend who knows him better than anyone else on this world, saying, ask Jimmy who Kelly is and he will turn white as a ghost. We'll say, Kelly, if you're out there, we would love to speak to you.
We would love to talk.
Completely
love
off the
to
record.
interview you. Love to talk to you on or off the record.
Yes.
Like, because I do have a journalistic background. So if you just want to talk off the record,
Are
to
we able
spill
to
the
figure it
tea, I will
out?
take it to the grave.
I mean, I haven't delved
we
in.
text somebody we know.
Yeah, I could text somebody we know.
I could. We'll talk about it.
Yeah,
we know a
we'll
lot of
do our
people
own
now.
investigating. But Kelly, if you want to save us a couple hours,
Yeah, whoa.
that's
That's just
great.
very enticing.
Mike,
the way
what's our
that's all
email
written.
for Kelly if she wants to?
Oh,
reach out?
what's our email for Kelly? I'm glad you asked, Rosanna
Yeah,
Pansino.
great question.
It is podcast@rosannapansino.com.
Yeah.
So if you have any insider information, if you are the Kelly, or you just want to send funny memes or messages, whatever, you can send it to podcast@rosannapansino.com. So we're just getting started. Okay. So already we're wondering who Kelly is. This is
literally
crazy that MrBeast's best friend is saying this will freak him out if you ask him. So then Ava says they were actively abandoning me, talking about the MrBeast, I'm assuming boys, but maybe the whole team. They were making group chats without me. And we know MrBeast loves his group
Oh,
chats.
he loves those group
And
chats.
Jimmy literally told me my transition made the dynamic between everyone weird. Oh,
That
and
is so
also
mean.
everyone misgendered me 100 times while I was literally sleeping and shitting on the floor.
That is such a cruel thing to tell your trans friend, that your transition is making all of us uncomfortable.
Well, and then publicly, he's of course like, oh, I
Yeah.
so support Ava.
Such a hero.
Yeah, and people eat that shit up, and then like in private, which that's what we know him as someone who he portrays publicly is complete opposite of who he is as a person. And this is his best friend. So remember, Musky said, wait, who is Kelly? Ava responds, somebody Jimmy probably wants to disappear. Don't worry, I've already told blank a lot.
I'm so curious.
Yeah, and so that's Ava saying Jimmy wishes this person just probably wasn't here because it's very problematic for him.
Much worse. What does that mean?
I know, they don't give too much more info, but I'll keep going.
He kill somebody?
Who knows? Who knows, man? And then Musky asks, is this a SA thing involving Jimmy? ? Ava responds, much worse. So this is MrBeast's best friend saying it's much worse than SA. Musky says, WTF, forced abortion ? Ava responds, nah, nothing like that. Just the start of a repeated cycle of control.
What could that mean?
I don't know. And then Musky responds, ugh, that fucking company, man. How did it get so bad? And then Ava responds, oh, it wasn't a company. It was when he was in college. He was obsessed with a girl a few grades below him in school. And when he finally got some money, he did something about it. All of any of this was to just help him be cool and get laid. It seems like he wanted that power for himself and then wanted to also give it to people he liked too. So I don't know the full context of this. Kelly, if you are out there, would love to talk to you for sure to hopefully get some insight. And then these are the last two sets of DMs that Musky posted. They're also with Ava. You can see it right here.
Yep.
And then the dates are August 30th, 2025 and October 19th. So we're getting even like closer and closer to the current date. So these are not very long ago.
Last summer, last fall.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, hurry up. Get to the tea.
Oh my God.
We're dying here.
She
Sorry.
calls, or Ava calls MrBeast's fiance a Nazi.
I feel like Michael Scott when he's dragging
Oh
out.
my God. And then the Chandler stuff. I didn't even We knew that.
Oh, we knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't-
Keep going,
You can
Mike.
tell the ladies haven't actually seen this yet.
We just have actual inside sources.
Mike, we're dying. Hurry
Sorry.
here.
Do you want me to be someone
Sorry.
else so it's
Okay.
like we're talking?
Sure. Okay, so I will be Musky.
Okay, cool.
And
I'll
you
play
can
Ava.
be Ava, and Ava's, the ones down here. So me as Musky says, one of my former best friends for like 15 years got engaged and didn't even tell me. I imagine I won't be invited to the wedding, sad emoji.
Ava says, literally same with Jimmy, LMAO. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're already married. That we knew as well.
Yeah, so that is actually
They
something
are.
that we've had confirmed to us by other people. We kind of, so Jimmy apparently is already married, and we're pretty sure he's going to be having a big wedding.
In July, mid-July.
At
Yeah.
Richard
On a
Branson's
very
island.
beautiful private island, which I have been to, and it's gorgeous.
So every time in interviews when he says fiance, he's lying, but what else is new? So Musky says, didn't you tell me Thea's dad spent millions to fight Nelson Mandela and keep apartheid in place?
Shut up.
I imagine Jimmy was like, hey, big fan of your work. Can I marry your daughter? So yeah, Tia has very interesting history in South Africa. Her family does. And
What a disgrace.
and a lot of the people MrBeast work with are from South Africa.
There's a bunch of people, and
That's just pro-racism.
Darren, how do you say his last name?
Morales or whatever?
Magraulis. He was also on Beast Philanthropy. His father was a huge beneficiary of South African apartheid. I believe in real estate, the company, which they've now deleted all of his links on LinkedIn, his attachment to it, but I believe their company has made like 400 million. And it's just disturbing because he chooses partners who...
And it's in all different aspects of his company. It's like, how do you find that many people who are tied to
Right.
apartheid? It's not an accident.
I'm so baffled. Like, how many people are there in South Africa that even are pro-apartheid? Is that that's not even a revolution anymore. Like, they're not going backwards.
Yeah, I think it's more the people that when it was a thing, they were involved on the
There's
wrong
so
side
many
of
old
history.
people.
Yeah, they
Okay.
were involved and they benefited
So
from it.
Tia's family benefited from apartheid.
That is all the rumors, is everything we've heard.
So do you think that
that's
she
the history?
wishes it would go back? People like her and MrBeast?
The fact that the two of them have found each other,
Yeah.
What a
I think
coincidence.
just speaks for itself.
So responding to the didn't you tell me Tia's dad spent millions, Ava says, and sold property for pennies because he thought it would be worthless after it was ended.
Yeah, so that's when racism costs you money, is you're like, oh no, they're gonna have equal rights. I better sell this property before it's worthless. Like, so slimy.
This is so embarrassing for everybody.
Okay, so this is jumping ahead. It's another conversation. So Musky says, I started to call Jimmy the prophet of false hope because the only reason people are around him is because they're hoping to get something out of him, but he leads most people to their doom. As someone, Ro has talked to dozens of people, that is exactly the vibe, is people who like MrBeast are like, oh, I want money from him. So they go pursue him to the ends of the world only to get dropped on their ass later.
Yeah.
So Eva, what do you have to say?
I say, very true. One day you'll be rich. Just please keep working 24/7 for me and abandon your family. Is the thesis.
And there are
Mr.
multiple
Beast.
stories we've heard of like high level executives literally having to choose between their family and having to leave the company or abandoning their family and going to work for him. Some people do abandon their family. We know of people who've done that. And
Really?
Yeah.
And they don't show up even at funerals. They're not allowed to, or they'll lose their spot
I know
at the company, which makes the lawsuit that's right now coming to the forefront make a lot of sense.
And then there are people
that's the
who
expectation.
did choose their family and they literally had to give up their executive job because they wouldn't be allowed essentially to work at the company. So then Muskie says, I think I cracked the code saying whatever you want about Jimmy without getting sued, which keep in mind, he hasn't sued anybody who's spoken up about him because the discovery is so much worse than whatever people are saying. And so that's the real reason, but this is just kind of a funny play on that. If you call him gay, he'll be terrified to bring any extra attention to it at all by acknowledging it.
And then, you had me read Ava. I'll navigate
not
this.
intentional.
No, I'll navigate this properly. Don't even worry. Then Ava says, I think he just isn't going to sue you, dear. He's too busy with his billions, his Nazi beard, and keeping Chandler from fucking Twinks and Teaslers.
Mike, if you could bring up that interview, I think it's with Wall Street Journal and Jimmy, MrBeast, where he's referring to his partner as his fiance. But at that time, I believe they're already married. Chris Ava Tyson is confirming it here that they're already married. And that's what I've heard. I've heard from so many people that he's already married.
But why would they hide it?
We heard because he wants to monetize the fuck out of it. So expect a completely over-the-top, gratuitous, monetized wedding, even though they're already married.
Okay, so according to my sources, they don't know the location of where they eloped or where they got their marriage certificate, but they were married in October 2025, and they were married by a guy named Luke.
Mazel.
And it said that they are going to do their public wedding on Necker Island the second week of July. I believe July 12th. Billionaires just being romantic.
That's like when Colleen Ballinger's ex-husband vlogged down the aisle. Do you remember that?
Oh my God. I
Joshua.
can't. Literally, snot's going to come out of my nose. I'm like, literally, like, I can't.
It was like, I will say, I cried so much watching that video many times.
I just, oh my God.
It is what it is.
You said you keep less than $1 million for yourself despite being a paper billionaire. Why do you choose to operate that way?
It's funny talking about my personal finances because no one ever believes anything I say. So, I mean,
It's because you're lying.
Because you lie through your teeth.
billionaire. I'm like, that's net worth. I have negative money right now. I'm borrowing money. That's how little money I have.
That's such a billionaire thing to say. Oh, I'm borrowing money. I don't have any money.
I'm totally broke. I live in $1 million mansion, but I'm totally broke.
The prompting question was, I heard that you only take $1 million out at a time for yourself. Which means that he has at least $1 million to do whatever he wants.
He is nonsense. He has way more than that.
And it was proven that he had like, what, $14 million in crypto that he controlled. It's like...
That was just like in his fun gambling account.
That's just liquid money you have sitting in one account. And you're like... it's like...
Everyone watching probably has more money in their bank account than him. That we're more wealthy than him. He can't even go out and buy McDonald's, but we can. That's how broke he is.
I had McDonald's
In their bank
for lunch.
account, if you subtract the equity value of my company, which doesn't buy me McDonald's in the morning.
What has been your biggest personal splurge?
Also, this is something that not enough people call out as like top-notch journalism.
The order
where
of
they ask him, oh, you don't really spend any money. Like, how? That's crazy. That's so crazy.
I'm
Like,
so
tell us
broke.
about that.
I don't have any money. I'm actually in debt. And then the next question.
It's literally the next question. What's your biggest splurge?
Obsessed.
Biggest splurge. And then he goes, well, I paid to fly on a private jet to go visit my girl. If you don't have any money, if you are broke, you are not buying a private jet. You are not chartering a private jet to go fly to your girl across the
Rosanna,
globe.
that $150,000 flight doesn't buy him McDonald's, okay?
No.
It does not buy him
It's
McDonald's.
net worth.
The amount of manipulation and horseshit that is coming out of his mouth from a businesswoman who understands his shady ass setup, it is so disgusting. But yeah, Mike, let's hear him lie out of his teeth.
One time,
And see how proud he is of himself, just thinking about this one thing that he can brag about, not even connecting that he just said he has no money.
fiance, she was studying in the UK, and
This interview came out January 2026, and he's saying, I went to go visit my fiance, then girlfriend. But here, he's already married. So he should be saying my wife, But this is just another little example, you guys, and it doesn't really matter. Who cares, right? It's another example of just the many lies he tells. He tells little lies. He tells medium lies. He tells big lies. It's just, he lies so much. Couldn't imagine being with him. There is not one fucking thing that would come out of your mouth that you would believe him. And even his mom in an interview said she had to kick him out of the house. That's when he moved in with Chris Ava Tyson, is because he was lying to her about going to school. She had to kick him out of the house for lying.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard from someone that interview that he did at his studio where he says, oh yeah, I always sleep here. I don't even leave the studio. We heard from an ex-employee that he never sleeps there. He literally just made that up on the spot. And people are like, dude, why are you lying about this shit? Like, this is so crazy. Just say you go home and you go to bed. Like, and so it's literally every little thing. Like, I can't verify. Obviously, I don't know his sleep schedule, but it's nonstop lying.
I have to drive 2 hours to an airport to then take a layover to get to places because our airport's so small. One time, I was like, screw it.
How many times do you see him flying commercial? Literally almost never. I think there's one
Never.
photo.
He always flies private, and then he tries to hide it from the general population to seem more relatable, and then he brags about it within inner circles. Like when he went to the Super Bowl with the executives of like YouTube and stuff, he flew private. When he flew into town for Oompa's interview, he flew private. Like, he doesn't fly commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Rent a PJ, I literally just can't make it work because a PJ flight's 8 hours, whereas like commercial would be like 19 there and back. It's like so much wasted time, and that was probably like $150,000.
$150,000.
I felt so bad, but I was like,
I felt so bad.
He did not.
This dude's been flying private for like his entire career, and he's trying to be like, oh, I felt so bad. It's just a one time, guys. It's just one time.
He has to say that, Mike, to seem relatable.
Yeah.
He has to say this. He's like, oh, I felt so bad, but like I did it.
Because he doesn't want to be known. Like, remember when Taylor Swift, they tried to cancel her for flying private so much?
Like for the environment?
Yeah, he doesn't want to be seen as that. He wants to be seen as the guy who's like, no, I cured pollution. And
all he does is fly private, Mike.
yeah,
He does
literally. That's why you don't
never fly
see
public.
I think I've seen one photo of him at a commercial airport, and that's why you would see millions of photos of him if he was actually
They probably did a
commercial.
whole photo shoot there. They were probably like, look, so down to earth. Look at this guy. He's so down to earth. He probably did one public flight and was like, take all my pictures.
Have you ever seen
Look how down to earth I am.
the JLo TMZ article where she's flying commercial and the caption is JLo flies commercial, and the title of the article is Jenny from the Cabin.
Jenny from the Cabin.
Yes.
We love Jenny from the Cabin.
love that.
Even when he was flying to Brazil in the court documents in the new lawsuit with the gal, she was saying, is there any room for me on the jet? Because they're flying private jet. And then they wouldn't even allow her after giving birth to fly on the jet with them. She had to book her own flight.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really want to see my fiance, or at the time, my girlfriend.
Some
your
people are
wife at the time. At the time, your wife. Sweet 16.
Okay. Finish on the beach shebang. What were they ups? They did. Okay. Thank you so much for watching episode 16.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to this very passionate and feisty episode. I hope you guys
And
enjoyed
legal.
it, and very legal. And we will see you next week. Come hang out with us again soon. We have so much tea, so many more stories. We didn't even get to half of the things I wanted to go on tangents about today.
Ooh.
We stayed on schedule.
We did.
Olivia's got the hiccups. So
The hiccups
we
are
got
just starting now, thank God.
We've got to go.
We gotta go.
Okay, bye, guys.
Bye.